Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures. Little change this morning, coming off a strong weekly performance for all U.S. indexes last week. We had the Dow up about 3.8% on the week. Both the S&P and NASDAQ up about 4% on the week last week. Their best weekly performances since back in July and August. So looking to extend those gains this morning. We're still awaiting any kind of word as far as further COVID-related stimulus coming from the White House. We'll update anything that tends to happen in that regard coming up this morning. Individually this morning, cloud data platform provider Snowflake shares are higher. Bloomberg reporting over the weekend the company has renewed a multi-year, multi-million-dollar contract with Goldman Sachs. We also had Oppenheimer, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs themselves all upgrading the stock and increasing their price targets. Big name tech shares back in focus this morning. We'll talk about Apple ahead of its iPhone 12 launch event coming up tomorrow. And the EV makers moving around in the pre-market. We'll have a look at a bunch of them coming up as well. Monday, October 12th, 2020, tradertv.live starts now. Go look at Asian markets from the overnight session. You can see nice gains there for Shanghai and Hong Kong. Let's slide over to Europe and see how things are looking so far. Nicely positive top to bottom here. We'll flip over to North America next and see how futures are looking. As I mentioned, the NASDAQ leading the way back into positive territory for U.S. markets, 1.7% for the futures so far. TSX futures here in Toronto, little change so far. Brazil's open, trading lower. With Bitcoin sharply higher this morning, up 2%. Crude's to the downside, more than a full percent. And gold back in positive territory as well. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone on the Canadian side of the border this morning. Joining us, Arun is with us, filling in for Neil. Enjoying some early morning turkey possibly for Neil this morning. But hey, Neil. Good morning. Hope you're well. Arun, good to see you. It's going to be an interesting one this morning. We have lots to talk about as far as individual names, but also lots of maybe higher kind of time frame political things that could happen here to move the markets this week as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. On any given day, if there's a tweet out of the White House, you know the market goes crazy. We saw it last week with a lot of back and forth, especially in the White House regarding the stimulus package. And Congress too. This is going to be an interesting week. With the holiday in Canada, obviously in the U.S. it makes no difference for them. It is Columbus Day. Only the bond markets are closed, I believe. Stock market is open. So we'll see a lot of activity. I'm expecting a lot of activity. Markets are up. Futures, let's just start with that because I'm already here. Might as well do it. Futures, we're already up. What is this now? NASDAQ is up 1.75%. ES is up 0.6% already. And since I sat down, we went all the way up to 3,500. So that is still running hot since the overnight market. So that is still going straight up. The stock market is running with it. And of course, we're going to go to you, Brendan. We're going to go through these stocks and we'll find out what's moving around.
I mean, look, great to have Arun here. You got some pews, some bangs. We'll see what's going to happen today. But yeah, Neil taking the day off. Well-deserved rest here, but lots and lots of action coming through today. It's great to have Arun here sporting the Trader TV Live. Oh, no, what happened to my screen? There it is. Sporting the Trader TV Live sweater there. It's a good one. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Lots of turkey. I know, Arun, and Brendan, we were all talking about this earlier. We're here on holidays, guys. That's how much we love this market. It's going to be a good one. It's nice to see the NASDAQ up and rocking. Look, Apple, bang already, man. 121 right now. Just crushing it. Anybody getting long that stock ahead of their event tomorrow? Probably one of those, again, you know, you buy the rumor, you sell the news. Today, Apple going to the north side right now. Everything ripping up there. I like Snowflake through 252. Find us on Twitter. Find me. I tweeted some levels. Also, our watch list. We'll go over that right now, Brendan.
Yeah, we'll jump into what is moving around in the pre-market this morning. First, we'll show you what's coming up a little bit later on in the show. We have a brand new educational video coming up for you about trading personalities. Everyone very different when it comes to their own individual personalities, but we all have a very individual trading personality as well. So we'll tell you a few of the intricacies between the difference between personalities when it comes to trading. Which one are you? And again, not necessarily a bad thing in any way, shape, or form. You just have to understand how to deal with them. That is Arun. There we go. Let's get over to the desk and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning, Brandon, and hello, everyone. I hope you had a great weekend and ready for a productive week. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share the link with friends, and smash the like button. Get it away, Brandon.
Yes, guys, smash the like and subscribe. We have surpassed 95,000 subscribers. Next stop, the big 100,000 numbers. So hit subscribe if you haven't already. Join us every single day. Let's jump into what is moving around in the pre-market here this morning. We mentioned it briefly. Twilio, we have Snowflake to talk about. First one will be Twilio, though. They announced they've entered into a definitive agreement to acquire customer data infrastructure company Segment. All stock deal here for $3.2 billion. So Twilio to the upside here, guys, on that news.
Yeah, I mean, Twilio just booming. And I was telling Brendan, I had this one at IPO price. It's like 30, 35, 40, 50, 60. Sold it on the way up. I tend to hold the bag on like other stocks, but don't hold on to the winners. Look, big news time here. We actually here at Day Trade the World do use some Twilio in the back end as well. They've got lots of customers. Now they're getting even larger. Look, the cloud has been just super, super hot. Check out the chart. I mean, this is the daily chart. We're well above, man, 250. Look at this bounce spot there. Ever comes down here, load up the truck. Well above, breaking new highs here on this new data deal. I mean, 324, I'm loving this level right here. 324, if we can get above that, then it's gonna be hammer time. Look, we can review the news. It's on our watch list. You can see everything that's happening with Twilio right now. Entered new agreement to acquire infrastructure companies. So they're building and running, man. So 324 right here. This is kind of a dream trade situation for me. We come down on this news a little bit, give back some, and then you have this consolidation level right here. And I love this, man. 324 right here, bottom 318. You're gonna have to give this a lot of room. I mean, it's not something that's going to be an easy trade, that's for sure. But Arun, I like this through 324. You can use this 318, 317 as a bottom right there. But again, I don't like to trade, and I know that you're looking at futures mainly, but Arun, they've been like a slippery slope here off the open. So you got to let the market on open and balance locator work itself out, get some of these trades in. But I'm a buyer of Mr. Twilio above 324.
Yeah, and for me, you know what? From the technical picture on my screen here, I got the 30-minute chart up going back multiple days here, just not the overnight, but from I guess like 7 a.m. till like 5 p.m. Time frame here on the 30-minute chart. I like 310 going down. I actually think inside of the 320, there's way too much of a range. The top end is at 340, the bottom is down at around the 310 area. So you know what, 320, where we're sitting right now, I want to stay out of this. I'm not going to look into it at this price. Maybe later, towards maybe like a couple hours into the market when the range has settled in a little bit more to the active trading range, then I'll look into it. But for now, what I'm going to be doing is putting my edge. 302.50 is where I'm going to be putting my first stop level. And if we can settle in front of 310, maybe slow down a little bit, I think the long in front of 310 with 302.50 is going to be the stop. I just want to play off of this 310 through 305 resistance, or formerly resistance, that is now support as the bounce point. But around the 320, I'm going to stay away from this. And I'm just going to be a little bit more patient and look for the prices, because the range is way too wide for me on this one there, Brennan.
All right, guys, some of the electric vehicle makers very active in the pre-market this morning. A few that we haven't talked about in the past couple of weeks. The first one going to be Workhorse Group, back to the upside. Very actively traded for Workhorse in the pre-market here. There was a number of upgrades and analyst changes in the entire EV space this morning. Zacks, the only one directly related to Workhorse Group, upgrading the stock to a buy rating. But it has kind of been in this choppy zone on a daily chart for quite some time. Today with this gap up, we're back towards the upside of this range.
Okay, so the thing about Workhorse is like, I'm really surprised at 4 million shares. I mean, I think that's a great amount of shares here in the pre-market. And it's really strange because it's just an upgrade from Zacks. Like, I don't really think that that's what's really causing this move, but obviously it's moving, so we have to address it. Look, I'd rather go short than long. I mean, I know a lot of you guys are trading Workhorse out there, and you're probably owning that stock. And look, it's been a great run for Workhorse. Like Brendan said, I think it's a little toppy up here at 29. Arun's taking a little longer look, and we'll look at that in a minute. But here's a 5-minute chart. I mean, Workhorse is up and away right now. 24.25 last week. To come in and see a 29.50, I think there's no surprise that they sold that off. Workhorse obviously still dealing with the USPS there, trying to get some deals done. We saw Trump on the last week or 2 weeks ago on the green of the White House there, the lawn, and introducing some workhorse trucks. But you know what, man? I mean, I just think it's really, really heated up here at 29.50. You can check out the daily chart and kind of see the same thing. I mean, 31, it's already been up here about 2 weeks ago, got hit down pretty hard back down to 23. I just think that, if there's a market sell-off or, if some of these EV names do come back down, I am a little bit nervous for Workhorse back to the downside. So if anything, I would actually be looking for this 26.50 to break on the downside. It just doesn't seem like, to me, here, enough news. Look, we've seen Workhorse go parabolic. I mean, once they get deliveries, once they get orders and things like that, then I'll be all over Workhorse. It's just a small little upgrade here, up 3.5%. I just think there's more to this, man. 4 million shares. It's moving a lot. I do like it. If you're going to go long, take it right now. I mean, 28, breaking through 28 is fantastic. I just think there's a fade play here.
For me there, Sean, I'm actually only looking at one level, 29.50. I think taking the high out, that break is much better than for me to start looking for longs in this area. The reason I don't like the long in this area here, let's just say you take a long around 27, right? Where's your stop going to be? I would think you're going to put it below the last point of high activity, which puts you down in the 26, 25, 80 area. Well, I look across then, there's a lot of activity going down to 25.40. So you keep looking down, you keep pushing the stop level all the way down. At least the way I look at it, I keep pushing it down. So instead of doing that, which is going to be difficult to figure out because we keep entering more and more activity, I'm just going to put it at 29.50. The break of that is the long, and I'll probably put 29 even as a stop.
All right, guys, the next one here, Diamond Peak. If you're following along for the first time, guys, grab the watch list. Valeria will throw the link into the chat. All you have to do is enter your email. It's absolutely free. We'll deliver it to your inbox every single morning before we come on at 9 o'clock. The next one we'll talk about here, Diamond Peak Holdings. They came out over the weekend and said October 22nd is going to be the special investor meeting where they will vote on the merger with Lordstown Motors. So this is the DPHC SPAC, up about 10% this morning, guys.
DPHC. So first of all, I did want to give a big shout out here because you guys making me look smarter than I actually am. I just mentioned USPS because I remember that deal a while ago and them talking about it. And now I'm seeing in the chat that there is rumors, Brendan and Neil, apparently that, or Brendan and Neil, sorry, Arun, about there possibly being that contract tomorrow. So I think that that's pretty important to understand. And that would make perfect sense now why Workhorse is doing 4 million. So I'm on the Arun bandwagon right now. I am forget about that short. If that's going to be one of the rumors, if we break 26.50, fine, we'll take that short. But now the fact that there are those rumors going, I think we could break for sure 28, look for 28.50, and then again that consolidation to the upside there. For sure. So thank you so much. I'm just going to hit a siren because thank you so much for all that. And again, that's why we talked about our members here and our viewers. I'm going to show, though, we got 3,000 viewers right now. We'll get up to 6 hopefully today. Here's our morning movers. This is what we're going over right now. And we've just done Twilio, Workhorse, and now we'll talk about Diamond Peak Holdings, DPHC. If you haven't got the watch list, like I do see some people in the chat, it's coming. Check your spam. We do know there are certain emails that don't work the greatest, so I'm pretty sure @Gmails work, but again, I'm not going to force you guys to sign up, but sign up for whatever email you have, but this is what we do. This is our watch list. So DPHC, okay, thanks for the Workhorse stuff, guys. Diamond Peak Holdings today, again, it's on the watch list, what we're talking about, Lordstown Motors, big one, up 10%. I don't know much about that. Maybe we'll get Randy to let us know about Lordstown. But obviously, some of these SPACs continue to be great plays. And hey, look, you're taking out the top. That's always what we're looking for here on some of these SPAC plays. Otherwise, it'll be a sleepy time. So 26.50, I'm looking to go long DPHC. But Arun, today, you can give your take on DPHC. But I just think there's way bigger fish to fry. Why trade something like this if you do have the opportunity on some of those other names?
Absolutely. The interesting thing about DPHC, though, they're entering that 25 area, or it's at 25.30 right now, but it's entering that 25 area. If you go back to the 5th and the 2nd and the 5th of August there, around the 24.80, there seems to be some high activity here in this area. So if I can catch a proper setup right here, I'll use 24.25 as a stop and actually put the long on with the high as the target, 27.40 as a target. If we could break that, of course, great. But that will be the first target for me. In this area, 25 going down to 24.25 is the stop level on DPHC.
The other one definitely recognizable, Tesla, back to the downside here. I just noticed was gapping higher, but just breaking back to the downside. Elon Musk in a tweet saying that as early as next week, Full self-driving tests could start with what they're calling individual drivers that they consider to be very, very safe drivers. So it's the beta version of the next software update that is going to include, guys, full self-driving in your Tesla, which means you don't have to do anything. You put in where you're going, and that's about it. So testing apparently going to start next week.
Yeah, there it is. We just do that arrow up there, and I say, what's up to everybody loving Tesla. Look, it was back down sub 400. It was 380. I said that we're going to go back to all-time highs relatively soon. We're not there yet, but this is a nice little return here. I draw this line 440 right here. That's going to be a spot that you look to defend from a few days ago. That's the 8th, the top on the 8th. 440. It looks like we're coming close to that right now. Obviously, if we get down to this level too, 434, 435, we like that. That's a 5-minute chart. 1 minute quick time. 443 to the top. That's a go. We'll try to hit a slap shot there. Although, congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James. Look, LeBron, FYI, I saw that interview after. I'm a Lakers fan, but you don't get respect by asking for respect. So that was one thing that I thought was a little bit of a misstep. But LeBron or MJ there. Arun, do you have an opinion on who is the greatest basketball player of all time?
It still has to be Michael Jordan. There's no way about it. The first guy that shows up and puts in that kind of a career has to stay at the top. I mean, yeah, later on you can argue the case, but I mean, if you're going to argue the case, it's got to be what? Kobe, LeBron, and Michael Jordan. That's going to be the three people that you have to put in the same conversation if you're going to have that conversation. But I don't think you even have that conversation. Michael Jordan's at the top there. Tesla, 228.50 is the 228.50 is the top that I'm looking on Tesla. No, it's not Tesla. Oh, I was looking at Roku. I don't know why I was looking at that. Tesla there.
440.
Yeah, it's at 440. So Tesla is one of those stocks where I didn't trade it for the longest time because it was in the thousands of dollars range. I do not go past a certain price point, and now Tesla's coming back in. I started looking at the chart again. The problem with this chart is that there's a lot of back and forth in a lot of different areas. There's no stability in price action I can find to work with. So I'm just going to stay away from it. I'm going to leave this to Sean. This is Sean's kind of game, the exciting, fast-moving stock. So I'm going to stay away from this. There's no read for me on this one there, and we'll just move on to the next one there. Brandon.
Let's move on to Snowflake, guys. The big one to the upside in the pre-market this morning, both on the percentage-wise and relative volume-wise. Bloomberg report over the weekend suggested the company not only had, but has now renewed a multi-year, multi-million-dollar contract with Goldman Sachs of all banks. There was also Goldman themselves, JMP, Oppenheimer, JPM, and a few other ones, all upgrading the stock this morning to a buy, increasing their price target. So another one to the upside here, guys. Snowflake moving.
Look, Snowflake I have written on here. It's going to be hard to... Actually, that's a bit better. 250, 250. We tweeted this level out. Get out of... Oh, shoot, I don't want to lose that. Yeah, get out of here, piece of paper. We like Snowflake. I like it to the top here, big time. It is coming back down, so it's a little surprising to me. I wrote down 250, 250. That goes back a couple days. Let me see if I can just drop this down for you. Quick time. It was the high about 3 or 4 days ago. It's right here, 250, 250, right here. This is what I'm loving that to break, but now it's only 246, so a little bit nervous about this action here. I thought for sure we could break that. This is confirmation that these guys are the real deal. We already know that. It's a brand new IPO. I don't need to convince you guys about Snowflake. Probably most of you are already shareholders here. Hopefully not higher than these levels, but 250, 250 was a level that I really wanted to take out to smash and hit that thing. So where is it? There it is. 250, 250. I'm going to be locked and loaded for that. I'm just a little bit nervous because of what we've been seeing right here. It is coming back down. We do have a dollar spread right now. So I guess a dollar spread is kind of a good thing for us because it'll give us that liquidity that we need to 249.50. That's the high. So this is the plan, guys. I'm going to take a small, and I am taking this. So, you know, hopefully it just doesn't happen in the next 10 minutes. If we open up, I'm going to smash this, not smash, but I'm going to take this 249.50, go long, then put a bigger order on for the high of that 250, 250 that we like, which again is all the way back here. A couple days ago, we just told you why we like that. Here's 250, 250. So let's do that, man. I think that's a good play. 249.50, the high of the day. We'll see about breaking that, and then we'll break through 250, 250 to the upside. I mean, here's the daily chart. There's not much to show you. Arun, what is your opinion on Snowflake here?
I like that 250, 250 break up top here. That breakout, I think, has a ton of space. I'm not going to step inside of this range. You like the 249.50. I'm going to try and stay away from this because I do have 245.70 or 245.70 marked off as the bottom that I want to work with potentially. But the problem is if you go back on the 7th and you go back on the 8th, we're sitting inside of this range here that goes all the way up to 252. So I don't want to play inside of that range. I'd rather just have the range break, then I'll take the 250 break, and then look for the first target around 256 or 257, 256, that area. So for me, 250 break is the top end that I'm looking at.
Well, so just FYI on that one, guys, it just broke. And again, I wasn't going to take it, but it just broke, Brendan, that 249.50. So I don't know if they heard us or what, but there goes Snowflake to the upside. Me and everyone abound. You're going to have to wait for this 250 coming sooner rather than later here.
Yeah, it seems like it might even be before the open for that one as well. Let's get through Apple real quick here, guys. We mentioned the iPhone event scheduled for tomorrow. It's going to be 10 a.m. Pacific or 1 p.m. Eastern, where it's anticipated that the online virtual event will be the launch of the 5G iPhone 12. So as we said right off the bat this morning, Apple kind of leading this market higher this morning.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you come in and you see the NASDAQ up this 1.75% rate here, you just instantly think about what is Apple doing. And, you know, today, obviously, there's a good catalyst there. For tomorrow, you have the iPhone 12. It's going to be their first 5G phone. But let's fade it, man. Buy the rumors. Sell the news. The news is here, man. It's tomorrow. 121. So look out here. I don't know. I like 121 as a selling spot, not necessarily go long. The thing is, you could just use 121 as kind of like your pivot level. If you like the short, then you can get in at some point. I don't know if I'd get in right off the open. Let's see. Let's let some of the euphoria kick in here with Apple if it's not in already, up 3%. We could watch this thing take out 121 to the high side and then fade it back through. That would be ideal, but it looks like we might be getting ready to break right now, this 120.25. To be honest with you, I'm a huge Apple bull. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I sent the tweet out 2 weeks ago, get long. It was 106. I hope some of you did it. If you're long at 106, you could take your 15% in 2 weeks and run from it. I don't think that's a horrible plan, and I believe that's probably what people are going to do. I'm going to have to do a little more research, though, Arun and company coming in to see how Apple does trade on these release days. I believe it's to the south side because, you know what, a lot of the information and whatnot is already out there. We basically just waiting on pricing. And Apple's been pretty competitive. We know they'll have a high-end phone and this mini phone, so there's something for everybody in between. But I think Apple is a sell, and you use 121 as your pain point.
I like 121 as well. I'm not going to step in front of 121 looking for a short. I would like the break of 121 looking for the long. That's an area that I had marked off at the beginning when I sat down, which was over an hour and a half ago. And it got there. It looked like it was going to take it, and then they backed off. We're now 65 cents off the top there. So I like 121 for the same reason Sean likes to play in front of it. I actually want the break of it because that tells me that that whole area of resistance is gone. So I will like the 121 break. Just one thing I do want to note, do I like Apple as a company? You guys know every time I've been here, this is the one that I work with. This is my BlackBerry. So Arun and his BlackBerry are back. Forget Apple.
Wow. How do I go arrows down? I mean, the BlackBerry. What is wrong with you and Neil? Honestly, like BlackBerry. If you even know the name BlackBerry, put it in the chat there. I mean,
Arun has his label maker ready to go.
Yeah, exactly. Label maker, good one.
Let's talk about DraftKings, guys, before we get to the open. I want to make sure we touch on the market here. DraftKings back to the upside. Was coming off a little bit here in the pre-market, but Credit Suisse, there's multiple upgrades on DraftKings again this morning. Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank, Jefferies, to name a few, all increasing their outlooks with a median $60 price target now on DraftKings, guys.
I want DraftKings was the second one that we were trying to go ham on, and it just didn't. Now it's broke again. It was this level right here. Wrote it down. You guys know that. I tweeted it out as well. You can follow us at TraderTV Sean, at Brendan. I think Arun, now you have a Twitter. We'll ask him when he gets over there. But right now, DraftKings to the high side, $51 on a break, man. Look, you're getting upgrades by reputable banks here, investment companies. So we're going to go long here on DraftKings. It's been a big mover to the negative side here. Let's call up a nice little five-minute chart. I felt bad because the thing is, I was telling, I mean, we can rewind the tape. About a week and a half ago, I said get puts on DraftKings. And yeah, it was to the downside. We talked about getting puts around $55, $56. So we have to, that's for sure. So, you know, missing the run all the way to 60. But here we go, guys. 52, we love 52 long. Bottom here, bottoms here, and then the top here. So 52 long is fantastic. 51.40 long is fantastic. But if you're looking at those levels, why not look right here at 50.80, right where we're at? So we're going to go long DraftKings 100%, and we're going to use a bottom, something like here, 50-50. So I'm going long DraftKings right off the open. Before I throw it to you, Arun, though, we didn't do this yet. We haven't showed our imbalance locator. NIO's not on our board, but it's 1.15 million shares, and it's a bid today. So watch out. I see some traders there. Good. Congratulations. I think it was to Randy, I forget, not our Randy, but someone else there talking about making $5,000 already off MDLY. We'll talk about that. Palantir's on here as well. So there's a few names that we like on this board, including 3D. We had news with them last week as well. Another social SPAC right here, iPop. Anyways, going on. Not much here. CBL's there as well. But as we go, NEO, I just want to bring that to everyone's attention. 1.15 million shares. I like DraftKings. I like the long rate here. Take it whenever you want, but we're going to go long DraftKings for sure through 52 and for sure off the open. Just need to let it settle down for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to stay away from DraftKings. I can't seem to get a good level on this. I'm looking back at the chart going, okay, well, maybe 52, 52.50, and then I keep going back, and there's like limited upside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to wait for this to actually start moving up. Maybe take that 52, 53 area, settle down, create a new level, then work it. Is that going to happen today? Probably not. So we're going to have to wait on this one here, see how this one plays out, but that's not exactly my focus. One thing I do want to bring up, though, Roku. I actually like Roku as a range break between 228.50 and 223.50. So the bottom of this area right here. So I'll just mark it off here real quick. So that and about that. I didn't put the lines up. But anyways, you guys see the area that I'm working. 228.50 takes the high of the last 3 trading days. 223.50 takes the bottom of the closing from the 9th, so from Friday. So that's the area that I'm going to work with on Roku there.
All right, guys. Yeah, it was Deutsche Bank also raising the price target on Roku this morning. So a little bit of catalyst behind that. Arun, I'll come right back to you here, and we'll have a look at the overall market. We're kind of grinding along this 3,500 level once again, but as we've been saying, nicely positive so far.
Yeah. You know, when a market moves like this, it's very hard to figure out what to do with it because it's just gone in one direction without creating any stable levels to work with, especially the way I trade. You know, for everyone who's seen me trade, I take positions and I kind of hold on to them a little bit, depending on how they move. But some of them, if they don't move the way I want them, I just hold on to them, right? So this one is just doing exactly that. It's taken off since I sat down. I sat down around 34.88, 90 area. I went straight to 3,500. What do? I really can't do anything. So the only level that I have, and this is the crazy part, is all the way down here, 34.45. So what I'm going to look to do is if we can get below 80 and into the 70 area and kind of stabilize it a little bit, I'm looking for a bounce off of this area to back towards 3,500. Of course, if we just go straight to 3,500, I'm going to stay away from the futures. You don't take trades every single day, especially with certain strategies and certain approaches. You're not going to take trades every single day. And my strategy, sometimes, you know what, I'm sitting here doing a whole lot of nothing. What do you got, Brendan?
Yeah, real quick, guys, a minute ago here, Medley Management, MDLY, little tiny micro cap up significantly this morning. They sold their portion of a joint venture they were involved with to another company, so kind of offloaded that. This is a really tiny float, about 5 million on the float, 19 million market cap, so be very careful with this one, guys. Already 350% just cleared that 250 level for MDLY. There's nothing until about 5, guys.
All right. I'm trying to think about the snowflake trade because it just already broke, right? So we're going to have to wait to see on this one going to the downside here, looking to break through 245, something like that. But whatever. We're still going to wait on snowflake here and go long if we can pick some up. If we can pick some up. Guys, that light is ridiculous. Like, look at the screen. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. Thank you. Wow. Okay, now I can see clearly now. Okay, so now I can see everything. Okay, 253 to the high side now. We're going to take that long. If it still breaks 250, we do like it, but we're going to give it some room down to 248. Okay, just to give you guys an update here, we only have 20 seconds. Who's ringing the bell besides nobody? Okay, we're already long into DraftKings right now. We're going to watch that to take out. But right now, 10 seconds ago, we're looking at Snowflake. We're looking at DraftKings. Tesla through the top as well. Let's go. There's the countdown now, Arun. We're going to see what happens right now. We're long DraftKings and waiting for 52 to break. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hit that bell there, Mr. Randy. All right. There it is. Thank you so much, Randy. DraftKings, so we're long DraftKings already. Let's put this into a 1-minute chart just to make sure we're watching the right thing here. Look at the market fade down. This is what we thought would happen, guys. We are long Snowflake right here. I told you the market may be a little overheated on that Apple news. We pick up Snowflake at 248.51 right now. So nice little win right here. It's printing us about $1 in the money. We're still waiting for more side, 252. Let's see if we can get that first, and then we'll go high side. Let's go.
Yeah, you know, for me, I'm looking at Lemonade here, LMND. I like 67.50 break. I'm just waiting for the market to actually open on. Oh, here we go. The market's finally open on this, so I'm going to actually start putting in some orders on Lemonade here through 67.50 with 68 even on the stop. If I can actually get the order out in time. And
we missed.
Fill. What do you got, Sean?
Yeah, we just missed, darn it, we just missed a little pickup there on our friend DraftKings. We saw DraftKings tank to the bottom side there, and I sat right here. Okay, here we go, we just got it. So I sat down here near VWAP 50s, even sat lower. So now we take a little bit more of a serious position in DraftKings as we see that it makes that bottom of 50. Here we go, DraftKings getting elevated a little bit. 50.70 we're long at, so not a big winner now, but I do like this little bump to the north side right here on DraftKings, guys. We're long at 50.72 right now. Snowflake still bouncing around. It did give us that $2 win. We didn't take it. I'm still waiting for upside, giving it downside 256. Come on, DraftKings, you can do it. We'll see if we can get some out at 51 for 30-cent win, and then we'll run the high side, man. I'm still waiting for that $52 to come through on this one. What's up, Beep?
Another cloud name, guys, moving early on here. Net, Cloudflare to the upside. All-time highs here above 48, up 4.5% for Net, guys.
All right. So Lemonade, I got to actually pay for the shares. The shares are not available. So the odds are by the time I get the shares, this stock is gone. One thing that just popped up off my radar here, BA, Boeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Boeing breaking, let me pull up the chart here for me. Boeing breaking 166.30. That's a level I had marked off. So maybe the short on that, once it settles in here, I'm going to take the short below 166.30. It's at 40 right now. I'm going to wait for this one to settle in here. 168.50 is going to stop on this if I can get this back underneath 166.30 as we play that through. And LMND, I'm working the shorts here. And Square taking out 190. So Square, if I can get orders on Square as well, then 190 break with 191 as a stop. Sean, let me just get some orders here. What do you got?
Yeah, get going, man. We just picked up DraftKings again on the downside, so we're still making some moves on DraftKings. A big position here for sure. New position alert. We go sirens up on Tesla. We do take a long here on Tesla. Let's see if that one can get going now. So long Tesla. Look at Snowflake. Hallelujah. Snowflake to the high side right now. This is a $4 winner right here. So taking Snowflake long. Let's see if we can. Well, it's $4. We're at 252. It's coming back down. Let's see if we get some out here on Snowflake. It does make a nice move to the high side. Look at DraftKings, 30 plus cents right now. We'll try to ring the register on this one. We've already got some out here at 67. We're parked in the 80s. Boom. There's another winner. Chicken dinner winner right now. Tesla long, Snowflake long, DraftKings long. Snowflake fading out though, man. We got to put another order up here, high side. Don't know what the problem was with 251 there, but it did have an issue breaking it. So we're going to put an order around here, 251, see if we can't capture $2 on that one. But right now, DraftKings, Tesla, and Snowflake, all longs, my friend. Arun, tell me you think this market has a chance to go here.
Well, I would hope you're long. I'm actually I'm working shorts on BA here. BA is not helping me out right now. So I got a short 166.10. It's immediately out 50 cents. Again, the stop on this is at 168.50. So the stop over here, the reason we went for the break, we took out the low from yesterday. Well, not the low, but the actual trading range from last trading range from Friday. And then we took out that 166.50 area. So here I am, 166.10 with 168.50 as a stop. What do you got, Brendan?
Another one to look at, guys. From the watch list, Twitter, another one that got multiple upgrades today, including from Deutsche Bank, starting to push back towards 48 was a bit of a level for Twitter in the pre-market, up more than 4% as well, guys.
Okay, you know what? Like, I just got out of Snowflake and I'm pissed off because the spread just opened way up there. We get back in, but it's fine. But damn it, we had that we had snowflake down there and we missed it. We should have got out at 251. Spread opens up, it takes us out right at the bottom. So snowflake right now is a loser, but it's okay. We get right back in, and now we're making back more than what we lost on that play. Let's just get it back to 251. We have an order sitting there. Tesla, the reason why we like this, I said 443, but I saw some jumps here, and I think that we can use 439 as the bottom. Just trying to get in a little bit earlier ahead of this move. It does go to 445.40. Look at the NASDAQ though, right? That's that fall down there. So we're trying to find positions that we like, that we know can take off if the NASDAQ does. There we go, Snowflake. Snowflake right now trying to make a run to the high side here. So a good little move. We need to reward ourselves this time with 251. It's nicely in the money now. DraftKings, 30 cents in the money. Some pickups down low. I told you we're really small in the pre-market, literally nothing. We go 4 or 5 times our positions down here. We like DraftKings to the north side.
Sean, Workhorse is gone. Workhorse took out that 29.50 that we were looking at there. I'm trying to get some bids in here. I do not want to pay 30 on Workhorse, but I am going to get some bids in there. What do you got, Brendan?
Another one to look at, guys. Macy's. Some of the retailers popping up on the volume scanner just broke 650 there on a huge volume spike. 4.5% already for Macy's, guys.
Okay, I'm just going to take this Workhorse. I'm taking it right now. I just basically marketed it in. I think it's a little premature by me to do that. I would love for this to come back down here to 29.50. It's a relatively light position, but we're long Workhorse. We're long everything, baby. DraftKings is in the building with the cowbells right now. DraftKings going to the upside, man. This is a 70-cent winner. So you guys said, well, what happened to GE on Friday? Who cares? Look at Tesla to the upside right now. 444. Break yourself, Tesla. 445. Nice little winner here. $4 into the money and moving up. Let's go. Look at Snowflake. Here we go, Snowflake. It's raining snow today, so we're just going to hit a cowbell siren upside. If Snowflake can get going, man, this day is going to get, you think we're elevated now. 445, here we come. Let's take out a piece of our Tesla, and then hopefully this thing can keep going. Look at the NASDAQ, man. Look at Snowflake. Snowflake, we're waiting for 251. I've got the order planted there. Let's see if we can get that high. But we are making the cash today as the market ringing in. Look at DraftKings, guys. 70 cents winner. Snowflake, $2.50 winner. Tesla, $3 winner. Workhorse, 40-cent winner. Kaboom today. Let's go.
Yeah, well, Sean's over there printing money. I am over here losing money. Square, that short that I took, that quick trade, that's $1. That's I moved out of that one. That break did not work out the way I wanted to. Looks like the market has fully turned around, so I'm going to quickly go over to the futures here, figure out what to do. It looks like they're going to take over that 3,500. So the ES is now looking to take the 3,500. There might be a break on stops as we get through 3,500, so maybe a quick rush through there. But again, I'm still waiting in the 70s. I'm still waiting in that area, looking for 45 as a stop. I'm not going to rush to get in there just yet. I have entered one more position here. I just finally got my Workhorse. I wasn't chasing this one. I wanted my prices. I got in front of 30 after they went all the way to 50, so I got my Workhorse just in front of 30 even. I'm also still sitting in BA on that trade with 168.50 as a stop. What do you got, Brendan?
52-week highs for Twitter this morning, guys. Another SPAC to look at here. Red Ball Acquisition, which is going to be RBAC in New York, popping up here this morning. Not a heck of a lot of volume, but apparently they are in talks with the owner of the Red Sox, guys, on a possible deal to take that team public. So 8% for Red Ball, guys.
Yeah, they are. Let's go. Let's go, Twilio. I mean, what kind of a day is this right now we're having? So we go long on Twilio right now. Workhorse, small little position, long on Twilio. Out on Tesla, guys. Out of 2/3 of our position on Tesla. What a great trade that was. 41 up to 445. Great trade there. Oh, yeah, and by the way, Snowflake, you're not going to fool me this time, my friend. We did take some out there on Snowflake. So out of half, now it fades back down. We do not let you do that to us again, my friend. And then look at this trade. This is what I'm talking about, Twilio. In 324, out 326. $1.70 win on that one. Hit the cowbell. Tesla's still going. Workhorse moving around. Snowflake coming through. Oh, yeah. DraftKings, that's the one right now, Brendan and Arun, that we punch in the face. That's what we're doing, guys. You see these, where's this level? You see these levels, man. DraftKings 50, 50, 65, 52. We're still waiting for 52 to come on DraftKings, but we're already 79 cents in the money. It's been a big day here. Hopefully you're enjoying it, man. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. It's Arun and myself. trying to crush these markets for you. Arun, I guess your short's doing better now, coming back in. No?
I think that's a little sarcasm there on
No,
your
it's
end.
not, really.
Yeah, Boeing. The only short that I
Boeing.
have is Boeing, and Boeing is, I'm short down here. Look where it's coming back. I'm okay with it. Again, once I get into a trade, I'm settling in, waiting for it to work out. 168.50 is the trade for me. So we're going to wait on this one as we get through 168.50. If we have to take the hit, we take the hit. What do you got, Brennan?
Yeah, it's going to be both a volatility halt and news pending, Greg, if you're watching. There's two. There's a volatility halt to the downside and news pending on this MDLY. Guys, I mentioned very, very small float and market cap on this one, so be careful. But downside halt on Medley, guys.
Okay, so we did talk about that earlier, and that's a dangerous one for sure. Okay, things falling through. The reason why I said that, and no, honestly, I didn't. I thought you were maybe short the futures there, Arun, but the reason why I say that is because a lot of my longs now are getting crushed. So we got to watch out for this 317 here. Twilio's coming back down. We averaged in a little bit. This one could fall down. We're only going to give this one to about 316. Here it comes, 316, 317. There, the market is pulling Twilio right down. So there we go. We are actually out of that one. So put Twilio into the gates of hell. What was a nice winner there does come out on the market fading down. So that's sort of what we meant there. Snowflake, again, thank you for taking that profit for us, Snowflake there. We're able to get in and get out there. So that's basically a wash trade for us on Snowflake. Of course, now it's going to come back in. I'm going to look for better spots to get long on some of these names. Tesla continues to go to the high side. They take out 446. You can see where we're long Tesla right now, 441. So that's working out for us. And a good opportunity now to pick up some more workhorse as that just faded in again. It's like buy the rumor, sell the news type of stuff here, guys.
Oh, here we go. Apple taking out that 121 that we've been working, or I was talking about earlier. As we get through that 121, have we? Yes, we have taken the 121. So as it settles in, I'm going to step in and put some bids in. What do you got, Brennan?
Ford is ripping here, guys, to the upside. Big time volume coming in behind this move into recent high territory, up 5%. There's a number of minor headlines. From what I see are minor headlines, but a couple of upgrades. There's also talk of a new Raptor vehicle that could be on the electric side. So have a look at Ford, guys.
Yeah, who recommend, Randy, when were you here last Tuesday? Yeah. Okay, so that's what I told everyone. Yep, I told people to buy Ford, put Ford into your portfolio. That was last week at $7. Welcome to 10%. We're on fire right there with the predictions here, guys. So a big one right there. We told you guys about Ford last week. Hopefully you guys put that in your pipe there. Right now, we're looking at Tesla. I did take more workhorse, as described there, right ahead of this VWAP. If you fail VWAP here, guys, then we're going to come to the downside. I was super surprised when we took off. Should have took that profit. Now we go 4 times. We're putting on a decent size here, waiting for 29. If 29 breaks, it's down the hole with workhorse, and there it goes. There it goes. So I was looking short side on that USPS side. Then you guys brought it up to me that there was that rumor there. So I don't think we get to 26.50, but definitely workhorse. Sorry about that, guys. We thought that there was that runner there. If you took the breakout, that was the big trade. Gave you that smooth dollar, but workhorse right now falling down by the wayside.
Yeah, workhorse. I'm in that same trade with you there, Sean. I don't know if you're actually still in it. I got that 30 long. 28.75 in that area is going to be my stop. Hey, you know what? I'm 0 for 3. It looks like it's going to start the day. Hey, so sometimes, you know what? Let this be a learning lesson. You're not going to win every single time, and sometimes you just got to figure out how you're going to handle when you take these hits. So we're going to move on. We're going to keep on trading. Nothing's changed for me. I know my strategy is fine. So I took 2 hits so far, and I know BA is not working out for me. But you know what? I'm still going to enter into snow here in front of that 246 area. Looks like we're finally settling in. I still have not gotten, I've still got a bid on Apple as well. To 120.50 is going to be the stop on that one there. Once I get the fill, I did not want to chase it, so I'm bidding in to that one there. And I'm also going to work into snow. What do you got, Brendan?
A couple of things to the downside. Some of the cruise lines under pressure. Carnival, one of them, saying they've canceled anything based out of Miami through to the end of November now. The prior deadline was going to be the end of this month. So Carnival canceling cruises out of Miami until the end of November. I'll flip over to Gilead as well. A little bit of news regarding Gilead, not COVID related, but that brought that stock back down to basically where it was on Friday, guys.
All right, we're just going to get ready here to go long. We did just take some snows right there. So we'll see, man, if this one wants to go high side or not. We'll give it one more chance down here to 244. If it does break that, then we'll be jamming out of that one. DraftKings, still that nice little dollar in the money. Probably take some more out. Our best out here is 51.40. I still like 52 to come. So that could be a good trade for us. Let's just see what it looks like breaking the top here. The top of the day is 51.60. That could come into play for sure as well. That's DraftKings. DraftKings right now, looking at that one. Mr. Softy, I got super excited in the pre-market when I saw this thing approaching 220. But now look, just like we sort of called today, some of this tech names would come back down. There wasn't a great amount of news on anything today, but we did come in with a big booming market, man. We were up almost 2% on the NASDAQ. Now you're seeing some fades through. Apple is the one, though, I think we're going to short, man, through 121. We did like that break for sure, but now it's coming back to the downside. So I'm going to go short Apple and use 121 as my out on that one.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to get into shares on Snow, and apparently I got to pay for them. They are not readily available, so I'm going to have to go and go out of the market and pay for them. Apple, that Apple trade that in front of 130, that one got hit as well. There's another loss to add to the pile today. This market is all over the place, apparently, at least from the stock perspective. The futures market, let's just quickly go over the futures market, because at this point, I'm 0 for 3 and I'm sitting on another loss as well. Let's just quickly see what the futures are doing, because that is my game. Let's just see if I can actually find a trade there, because I did not, briefly looking at the chart, there's nothing for me to play with at the moment. But 30 minutes, that's the chart I'm going to look to base around. 3,500 looks like there's a little bit of resistance here. Nothing's really changed on the futures market. So you know what? The majority of my trades comes through here. So I'm still going to be waiting in that 70 area with 45 as a stop. If we find a trade, of course, if we break 70, at the same time, I then open myself to the potential short around 3,500 as well. So if we get through 70, I'm looking for longs, but I'm open to the shorts with 3,500 as well if we can get down there. Until we get down there, I do absolutely nothing. But in the meantime, I'm just going to be sitting on these trades, waiting, finding more trades to get. Apparently, I can't get Snow because I got to pay for those shares. Lemonade, I missed out on as well. So there's a lot of trades that are pricey to get into. In the meantime, we're just going to be waiting on the futures there. Yeah, what do you got there, Sean?
Yeah, I got Apple to the spice side here, down. So it's Apple making moves to the downside. I did want to give one quick thing here. We'll do it when we get back from Brendan. What's up, Brendan?
Guys, DOYU, do you, if anyone's looking at this, this is a merger. So this is a little Chinese-based company. It's a cash and stock deal. So if anyone's looking at this, up 13% on big-time volume, worth mentioning, $16 there. Cash and stock deal for Do You, guys.
Okay, what I was going to talk about was give a big shout out here to Daryl. Sean Katina told everybody last week to buy CGC in the low 14s. Okay, so there's a timestamp and there's some credibility. Bang, watch CGC. I'm going to hit it right here. $19. So holler to anybody that was able to get in. To our friend Canopy Growth. I gave that to you at 14. It's at 19. Thank you so much, Daryl, for bringing it up. Sometimes, it's hard to sort of timestamp those, and then there's a lot of people in our industry that try to make calls like that, and there's a real legit one right there for you. I gave it to everybody, and thanks for pointing that out. Much appreciated, my friend. Okay, here goes DraftKings to the upside, 51.66. Booming that one. Nice little trade out on that. Big time move there, man. Arun, that's a $1.40 win right there on DraftKings. Really proud of that one.
Yeah, you know, I left that one to you. That's your game. I didn't like the chart on that one there, so I knew I was not going to be stepping in. A chart that I do like, though, NVIDIA. Look at this breakthrough, 566. I just saw it. I missed out on it. I am going to wait for the pullback. It's $500. So this pullback should not take that long. The market's going to be super thin on NVIDIA. The spread is 30 cents. I'm going to wait in front of 566. The stop on that was going to be 564. So I'm only going to put $2 in risk on NVIDIA if we can just get this breakout to actually continue on. What do you got, Brendan?
Another Chinese name moving, guys. JD.com just popped up through 8250 there. Looks like 8250 actually held. We're trying to get back up to this 83, but I was just noticing on the daily chart here, recent highs, or that pivot up there, 83.30. So kind of in play right now for JD.com, guys.
Okay, let's just review what we have, man. I mean, look at this Apple. Bang! We're just timber, and I don't think Apple's going to be timbering, but look at this call, man. We took that short there. We put on risk once, twice. Now we'll wait for 121 to fall down. Hopefully that can come through. So that's a big trade for us.
Are we frozen? I think we lost our feed.
We did lose our feed right now.
Uh-oh.
So we are frozen, Greg. If you, we're back.
It's back.
Okay, so we're back right now. So I don't know what that was all about. Hopefully some of our orders didn't get filled there. Tesla right now, $2 win. That's what we're talking about. We're back into Snowflake. We pick up the bottoms. We talk about 245. We talk about that right there. I'm actually going to cancel. I'm going to wait for high side here. Let's see if we can make some real money on Snowflake. 251's coming sooner rather than later on that one. DraftKings $1.30 in the money. And what we're talking about right now is Apple making moves to the upside. We'll watch out for 121, but we take the short there and out at VWAP right there. So that's the kind of trade that we like. And yeah, you know what I think that was? I think that was an internet hiccup there for some reason, but my quotes did freeze. So right now, it looks like we're fine.
Oh, yeah.
Pro tip, man. slow down your trading if you do think there's anything wrong with the system. I do not think there's anything wrong right now, but we did hiccup there, Arun. Good call.
Yeah. I was scrambling there. I was trying to figure out what my stop order is on NVIDIA because it just got the fill in front of 566. And the stop on there, I'm looking down. I was looking originally at 564. I just broke it down to the 1 minute chart, and I think, you know what, underneath 563.50 is going to be the smarter play because there's a little bit of hesitation around that area. So I'm going to work 563.50 as a stop on NVIDIA.
All right, guys. I mean, the other thing too is here, like your boy gave you DraftKings. Like I gave you guys DraftKings down here at $50.40, $50.50. And now we're at $52. Like we gave you DraftKings, so we're punching DraftKings in the mouth a little bit right now, as that was a big call for us. So DraftKings, a big time long. You can follow us on Twitter.
Again.
There we go. I think we're frozen again.
Yeah,
now.
we hiccuped again.
We showed you that DraftKings, guys. I showed you this down here at $50. We did have a move all the way to the high side now. Follow me on Twitter, man. I gave you this call. Man, we are getting elevated right now. Congratulations to the Lakers on that big win. But hey, everything's moving to the upside right now. Big time trades happening. Snow's trying to make some moves. Donkey Kong's making moves. Everything bouncing right now. Good trading today, this morning. Watch the futures as we go right now, guys. 52 and change. This is high for DraftKings, but we did like this level.
Yeah, you know, I'm back to these positions here. I just got on NVIDIA, and that's backing out as well. It seems like I can't seem to make the right decision today at all. So, you know what? Here's a lesson on how we're going to play the rest of the day. I'm going to slow my trading down here. This is not working out. I seem to be out of sync with what the market's doing, or the market's just going absolutely insane. It doesn't fit into the profile of how I like to personally trade. I don't normally go over. It seems like 0 for 5 at this point. So I'm going to slow down my game here. I'm going to go back to the futures, look for the proper setup on the futures here. You know where I'm looking. I'm looking underneath the 80 into that 70 area with 45 as a stop on that one there. The only position I've got left is Boeing, BA. That is now back from the dead, not from the dead, but I mean, I got short all the way down here. We took a ride all the way up to 167.60, and now we're coming back slightly in. 168.50 is still the trade. I'm going to kind of tighten up. At this point, I'm going to leave that as the only running position. Everything else, I'm going to start tightening up in terms of criteria. I'm out of sync with the market. So you know what? When that happens, we slow it down a little bit, go back to what works, what I know works. Futures works. So I'm going to primarily focus on that and wait for proper setups on the stocks so I can actually take the proper risk when the market's in sync with what I'm looking for. What do you got, Brendan?
Another little medical equipment maker, Zynex, ZYXI on the NASDAQ here. Big time move to the downside. They updated their current quarter forecast and the rest of 2020 in the pre-market this morning. That was much worse than expected. So this one, yeah, not good so far today. Down 28% now, guys.
Okay, yeah, so just to let you guys know, Tesla was a little bit hairy there. So there we go. We got out right where we got in. So we took our $4 win, and then we got out the second half literally for flat. You can see in at 441, out at 441.50. So that's a good trade before watching this move down. The reason why we did that, I mean, it's very, very simple. I'm already short Apple and crushing this name. So as Apple keeps coming down, I just, you know, I'll make on Apple and I'll lose on Tesla. I don't want that. I just feel like the market may be coming off here. We've already had a great position here in Apple. This is a 60-cent win. So we're holding on to that one and watching it go to the downside, hopefully. Now, we did get into Workhorse, so I did want to give this one a little bit more room than we did last time, probably right down here to the very bottom. If Workhorse fails, we'll give this one $1, okay? This is $1 worth of risk, and you guys have asked for me, for Neil and all that to describe our positions and tell you where we're risky, where we're putting on real shares and whatnot. This is just a half unit position here. It's not a big one on Workhorse. I still like it going high side. It's that 29.50 break. I just thought we could get some juice to it before it goes back to the high side there. If it doesn't and it fails, that's fine. We'll get out of half at 29, and then we'll give our very bottom down here to 28.50. But we got to try to structure our plays accordingly here on Workhorse, just in case. We do need to celebrate this move to the upside. You guys talking about rumors. If they're not true, we'll see it fade down and we'll lose. That's fine. But we do want to have some skin in the game. 29, we're going to get out of half soon, unfortunately, and then give it the, not even half, get it out a little bit less than half, and then we'll give it to this 28.50. I think we got to give this one some room.
Yeah, you know, one trade that I am looking at here, Roku. I've been looking at Roku in this area, in this 223.50 area. This is a 1 minute chart. I kind of zoomed it up just so I can actually get a feel for the shape of this move. This is at the bottom end of the range. Breaking of 223.50 gives me the break, but at the same time, like I said, I'm tightening up the conditions on which I'll enter. At this point, if we can actually bounce off of this one more time and get back under, then I think that activates a short for me, but I'm not jumping in like I've been jumping in because like I said, I am out of sync. In the meantime, while we're waiting for this there, what do you got, Brennan?
Another cannabis name starting to move here, guys. Afria just popping up on a volume scanner.
Woo-hoo!
Day highs here for Afria as well. Look at the move this thing's had just in a couple of days from 420 to 620 now for Afria, guys.
I mean, guys, what did I say about these cannabis names, guys? We talked about that. Oh, and I didn't want to give a big... Where's my mouse? The problem is I can't feel my hands here today, so I don't know exactly what's happening. But here we go. Cameron today. Thank you so much for that $50 right there. In CGC at 1882. Sean, the legend, thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone. We do like that one. Thank you. And there it is. Thanks, Marlon. Yeah. Woohoo! Here we go. Mario. That's a Mario reference there. You guys all know that. It's a me, Mario. Great game. My kids are loving that. I mean, that's a great classic game there, Mario Kart. I love that. Been playing that since forever. I love the N64 version on Mario Kart. Okay, Snow 245. We're still long that one. And yeah, hells to the yeah. We're waiting for much more upside on this one. If the market goes, can imagine what Snow's going to do. Let's just keep holding this one. DraftKings does come back in a little bit. We did take out the stick at 52. Now we're willing to hold this thing. We did have to get a little bit out on that market move, but we are still very heavy into DraftKings. Let's see how high this one can go. I like the 52 long, so for me to dump it now seems a bit ridiculous. Let's keep going high side here on DKNG. What up, B?
Another small cap here, guys, or micro cap even. Hudson Capital, HUSN, 130%. Just trying to break $1 here if you're into the penny stock game. Monster volume on this. Just checking for news, but HUSN on the run, guys.
All right, just a quick update on what I'm going to do with BA. That's the only position I'm still sitting on here. We got a few minutes left before the turn of the hour. So what I'm going to do, I took this break here around 160, looking for that 166.50 break, look for a continuation going down, at least down to 165. Problem is, if we can't stay underneath here and actually work that area again, that probably is a failed break. I don't need to give up the risk that I was going to give up. So I'm just going to get it out right here, take the 90 cent hit, and walk away from the trade. I don't need to put up the risk that I needed to put up. What do you got, Brendan?
Another one moving higher, guys. GameStop. We talked about it last week, couple of days, both Thursday and Friday. Big move after the Microsoft announcement. So back to the upside here for GME. Now 2% on decent volume, guys.
Okay, and Valeria cannot come soon enough with this coffee. I don't know how you're feeling, Arun. Are your hands okay over there?
My hands are always cold, but you know what?
You're cold as ice.
Yeah, but here's the problem. Where you're sitting right in front of the AC vent. And that area is so cold. I don't know how
I feel like I'm in like the dungeon over here or something.
You are in the cave.
Anyways, I can't feel my hands. This is the back and forth banter that I like to have during the show. But yeah, so right now we're still waiting for Snow. It's kind of the same positions I have on. We're waiting for DraftKings to pop. I still think that can work, man. Our best out 52.14 and our worst out 51.70 there, 51.85 there on a move back to the downside. So I'm trying to give this some room. Our workhorse did get busted a little bit there, but like I said, way less than half. We're still giving workhorse that go. So if workhorse can still make the moves to the high side, we're there. Apple, maybe a mistake dropping the Tesla. We dropped Tesla right here. Apple's still 35 cents in the money. Here comes Valeria to save us with the coffee, so that should be a good one. If there's any names you want us to look at, guys, please put them in the chat. And people saying I sound like a prophet today, look, I mean, sometimes you're lucky and sometimes you're good. I like to hope to think I'm both. Afria up to the upside here, $6 today. I gave the calls, man, on all of these. And I can go find that tweet, but we gave those calls down. Come on, down here, man, 420. I mean, this is a break side now on Afria, so that's a big, huge move. Thanks to Brendan for bringing that up. Let's just keep running things high side now, man. DraftKings long 52.05. Snowflake, our friend, long, and now trying to make a move. I don't want to drop you. I want to drop it up here, man, 250. And then other than that, DraftKings, Apple, Workhorse, and Snowflake. And cheers to my coffee nation.
Yeah, you know, while he's cheersing it up, I am looking to figure out what to do with BA. Like I said, 166.50 was the break that I was looking at. We look like we're going to back off through 167 before the end of the hour. If we do back off, I'm going to get out. Call this a failed break. Take the smaller hit that I need to and just walk away from this trade. Find something that fits the profile of what I'm looking for. Roku, on the other hand, remember 223.50 is what I was looking for on the break. This is the 1 minute chart. Just zoomed out quite a bit so I can actually see the structure. 223.50 is the area that I was looking for on the break. Tighten up the conditions, given that I'm at a sink. And look what's happening. It keeps backing off here off that 223. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the level down to 223.10, meaning 223 even. I'll push it down to 223 even. If we can get that break, then it looks like we actually tried this area, that 223.50 going on down. That area was a lot larger than it was expected. And then the breakthrough there, we take the break, and that would confirm everything that's been hesitating here in front. What do you got, Brendan? Or what do you got, Sean?
Let's go. And there it is, you want it? Bang! There we go. There's Snowflake, baby. You're in the building, Snowflake. Look, all of a sudden, I'm not so cold anymore. Snowflake giving me the love right now. Look at this win, guys. $5 right there on Snowflake. I told you we were going to wait for that level. It was a roller coaster, but Snowflake, my #1 stock today, and making money high side. Let's keep going. Snowflake, can we take out the top? Hells to the yeah. Look at that out there on Captain Snowflake. We'll just keep on running it, man. We did get out of Apple there, breaking back through VWAP. We didn't want to hold it. So that's 40 cents, 45 cents. 20 cents. So add that all up. It's a decent day for us right now. Still letting Workhorse run, man. We're still trying to give this some moves. Bitcoin moving, but not great. What up, Beat? Happening now. Brent, what up?
Hey guys, 10 o'clock. Let's have a look at North American markets here, see how things are shaping up so far. Pretty positive still, especially for U.S. markets here, 0.7 for the S&P. Still the NASDAQ, though, leading the way, more than a full percent. For tech stocks in positive territory, 1.2, 1.4. The composite in the 100. The Dow up about 0.5%. The Russell back to break even. We were up about 0.2%. Back to break even here for the Russell. TSX here in Toronto closed, obviously, for Thanksgiving today down in Brazil. They are still negative, 0.4% for the BOVESPA if you're following along in Brazil. Some things from the watch list still in play here. Diamond Peak, guys, trying to hold this 2550 area, which was a bit of a pivot here in the pre-market. Watch 2550 for DPHC. Needs to get above that 26 again if we're going to go any higher, I feel, for this one. AstraZeneca awarded a big $490 million government contract to continue development and production of the antibody treatment that President Trump received while in hospital going back a week ago. They want 100 million doses of that from AstraZeneca. And this one, Medley, still halted, guys. This is news pending for MDLY. Back over to you.
All right, here we go. Roku approaching that 223 finally after sitting around and bouncing quite a bit here. If we can take this 223, I'm going to use 222.50 as a stop on this break if we can get that break properly. Again, I've tightened up the conditions here. And also BA, what I've gone ahead and done is I don't like the way it's moving around. I've tightened the stop down here just above to 167. If we get it back above 167, I'll go ahead and take that next loss for the day. That would put me at, 5 losses on the day. Siri was a test, so ignore that one. There we go. We are 0 for 5 waiting on Roku. But hey, you know what? Futures, that's where the majority of the focus goes for me. And what are the futures doing? A whole lot of nothing apparently at the moment. At least the ES futures are just kind of figuring out what to do in front of that 3,500 area. We're just kind of working this 94 through 92. I don't know why there's a ton of activity in this area, but at the same time, 3,500, the more time it spends trying to take this 3,500 out, the bigger the area that builds in front of it. So that actually opens up the trade that I can actually go with. So 3,500 with 34.90 potentially, if we can get the setup the same way. It's all conditional, right? But you know where the majority of my trades are going to be. It's going to be below 80 with 45 as a stop, looking for that long. If we get into that area, I'm going to try to work a long in if we get the proper setups in. So BA's out, and we're just looking for some more trades. Again, in the chat, throw some stocks up there so I can actually start looking at them, potentially find a trade in there. But at the moment, I got nothing else going on. What do you got? How's your positions going there, Sean?
My positions are going quite well, especially with Snowflake moving. Brendan has something.
Levi Strauss, guys, 8% to the upside here. Morgan Stanley raising this one to overweight today. So straight higher right from the open. $16 broke there. We're at $16.50, up 8% for Levi's.
Ooh, love those Levi's. Oh, today we're wearing birthday pants. DraftKings, hello, hot dogs for everybody. Look at DraftKings, man. Upside now, this is what we're waiting for. The #1 stock gets even juicier right now to the high side. Look what we did, man. Sold some more. I mean, we're just selling small pieces here as it doesn't really break above 52. But then we notice futures bottom out. I put another order get long through 52 again, and right there out 15. So right now, our position has been reloaded as we just keep on spinning now.
Money.
There we go, upside to targets now being hit on DraftKings, man. 52.30. Bring it. There it is. Line them up and knock them down on you, my friend, DraftKings. DraftKings has been one of my top stocks recently, and I'm really super happy. And again, look, someone, thank you for the kind words there, Sean, acting like a prophet today. You can rewind to Thursday, Friday, when DraftKings was 48. We also said, do something like this and put some in the wheelbarrow with DraftKings. We do like that trade, and now it's making moves the upside another 7%. Look, I'm a bull, right? So I'll make some bear calls too. So don't worry about that for anybody looking to go short. I'll have some plays for you. Let me just do some research. It's just right now as an investor, man, I'm long a lot. Me and Arun and Brendan talked a little bit. We don't talk too much about politics, but this is nothing about who's going to win or anything like that. I was sort of thinking that it's almost like the rhetoric that's happening right now. The market is going to go up almost regardless of who wins. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the case, but I'm just wondering, with stimulus sort of being on hold right now, if the Democrats do come in, do they just push huge stimulus packages out, which means, and look, like, I'm not American, so I don't know, but what I get the feeling with a lot of these stimulus checks are getting right back into the market. So when that does happen, we'll see the market start to fly high again. Let's go DraftKings, and Snowflake, still a $4 winner, but look where we got out, man. 250.40. Arun, I still have delusional grandeur here. We'll think 253 to the upside. I still think we take out highs here on Snowflake. I'm going to hold this one and see if we can truly hit the home run with this, as I do not hit the home run graphic. Let's go.
Yeah, you know, Snowflake, I was looking at that earlier, and then I had to pay. I was looking for the short breakthrough 245.75 into that 244 area. That could have been a quick trade. Had to pay for the shares, did not want to. And here we are back again. You jumped in there on the bounce back, and that was a stellar trade. Sean is the prophet today. He is the man. Clearly, I need to start listening to what Sean's doing today, because I am way off of my game. What do you got, Brendan?
Cloudflare, guys. We mentioned this one early on. Another high here. Just broke 52 on volume. 12.5%. All-time highs again for net, guys.
Yeah, okay. So thank you for those kind words, Arun. And Neil, take longer vacation, okay? No, we're just playing around. Yeah, we're missing Neil today. But really glad to have Arun in. And yeah, thanks for those kind words, man. I mean, today it's just been not too hard to think about going long here. So I can't give too much credit. But we've hit the levels, man. We picked up some great little pickups here, including DraftKings on the low side. Now we have a great position. And there it is, man. What another great out there on DraftKings for 35-cent win there. And just keep on taking these out. Watch DraftKings go to the high side here if it still goes. We're super happy. Our boy Workhorse, we did dump some and still got more. So we'll see if we can take out the high side now. I'm going to park an order. I like getting out at even dollars. So we'll see if we get some out here at 30. Look, this drop spot was about a 60-cent hit. So we have to take 60 cents for sure on part of it and then see if we can make $1 on the rest. That, my friends, is Workhorse. I didn't want to check back in on Apple. I think this was good. I'm not going to hit the money sign, but we do make a little spicy trade here on this one as we go short into the teeth of a move for Apple. I did like the short bouncing off 121, but we did clean that one out, and now we're waiting backside for that. So DraftKings, good mover here today. Apple, a good mover. Oh, this is what I want to talk about. So right now, I'll get to that, Randy. Apple, DraftKings, Bitcoin, Snow, Twilio. The only loser, Twilio and Workhorse. We did take this one for a high ride there, got out, then averaged in, and fell down on Twilio. So we did take a shot on it. But look what's happening, man. We're coming back to life here. I do like a 317.50 break on Twilio, but it's the only stock we're red on. So I do got to talk about that. Oh, yeah. You want to talk about Ford, Randy? I mean, Ford, big time move. Hells to the yeah. We put this one in our pipe last week. I gave you Ford, and again, you know, Randy's here. I asked him what day he was here last week. It was down here, 660, 630. Ford now 750 to the upside. That's a 20% return. You're welcome, guys. Let's just keep the party going.
All right, something that I just stepped into here is PDD. It's up 4% on the day here. This 82.50 break, I just saw it. I was going through my list of stocks there, and I just saw it break. So on the pullback, here I am long in front of this 50 area around the 62. What am I priced at? 63 I'm priced at. with 82 even. So I'm only going to risk 63 cents here on this one there. Looking for that continuation break through 83 and try to make some of this money back we've been losing. So 60 cents loss, a 60 cent stop here on PDD with 82 even as a stop level. In the meantime, what is Roku doing? We are still waiting for Roku to go through this 223. Again, they keep working this 223.50, keep bouncing. The more it does this, the better it becomes for me, because that means, you know what, they're spending a lot of volume going through it. When we actually get through, if we actually get through, that means there's just enough to actually push through it. That means this activates as a resistance level after the break. So that's what I'm waiting on here on Roku. What do you got up there, Brendan?
There we go. Yeah, upgrades and downgrades, guys. Let's get you a few more symbols to have a look at here. Upgrades on this side, downgrades over there. Some interesting moves so far today. Apple, obviously, we mentioned. Yeah, Ford, just huge to the upside so far. I'll show you that in a sec. Pepsi and Facebook as well, also with an upgrade today. Cisco, GameStop doesn't care. It was downgraded a couple of times, but straight higher. Pfizer and UAL, probably the most negative on the day so far. We'll shift over to Ford. First of all, yeah, monster volume. This was more the story right off the open this morning. Ford with huge volume right from the open, 730 up to 775, trying to push day highs right now. In fact, on Ford, Cisco downgraded today still. No conclusion to the TikTok ordeal. So a bit of a move down. Bounced off 39.60. We're trying to hold 39.80 right now for Cisco, guys. Back over to you.
I'm just going to quickly pull up a stock here. GME is going absolutely insane. This is not my style of trading, so I'm just going to call this out for Sean. Sean, you like this kind of style of trading. This stock is up now $1.30. It's $11 stock. It's up 10% from the bottom, and it's just pretty much gone in one direction. So you might want to take a quick look at that. In the meantime, PDD, finally, we get a winner on our hands here. It is up 30 cents or so. It is about 29 cents going through 83. Finally looking to take that 83 run. So you know what? At least I can make some reads. But this is the game, right? It's a numbers game at the end of the day. You take winners, you take losers. At the end of the day, if your winners are larger, you make more money. That's how the game is played. So don't be afraid to lose, guys. What do you got there, Sean?
I love that attitude, and we'll give some big thumbs up here. Arun, cooking today right now. Good job, Arun. That makes a lot of sense to me. I've got Twilio. So again, oh man, your boy is in this name. It does fade back down. We did take the triple longs, so we do get out of a third of them. So now we're back long. We still got 2/3 of this position. Long right now at 319. This is 316.90, 319. 319 is where we're looking to get out. If it does come back up, psych, we're looking to get up right out here, man. We're looking high side. I've got rose-colored glasses on. Twilio's been a huge investment for me, and we've done really well on Twilio. I don't even need to show you the chart where this thing's come from. I'm long in the double digits, so that's pretty good. But right now, it's really having a hard time today with that deal. What I should have realized was when companies are making deals, it takes a little while to settle down. We saw what AMD did last week with Xilinx. We'll check on them again, but this is not like an upgrade or anything like that. They have a deal today, so we're waiting to see that settle down. I'd love for this thing to get to view up. We're trying to buy some low side right now. Targets out are down here, man, 314-ish and change. So let's just see if we can make a little bit back here. On T to the W, L to the O. What's up, Brendan?
Anyone looking at the little ones, guys, we saw this one pop up on Friday about mid-session as well. IGC, big volume spike here, 2%. Just went from 140 up to 155. But if you remember back on Friday, we mentioned it about this time of the morning as well, with a little bit of a move back to the upside, guys.
All right.
Another trade that I just got into, guys, BA. Remember, BA, we took that short below 167.50. We thought the break was going to go, or I thought the break was going to go. It didn't work out the way I thought it was going to move. I got out as soon as it got back above 167 because that was a false break. Guess what? They took out the other side of that trade, which was 168.50. So you know what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and step into long, or I've already gone ahead and stepped into the long here just in front of that 50 area, around the 62 area. So I am priced up here, but I'm okay with it. 167.50 is the stop on this. It's about $1.10 in risk. But this setup, I really like this setup. The reason I like this is because of what happened earlier. Sometimes the best trades come after some trades that don't do what you think they're going to do. This break should have gone, given how it broke. So the fact that it did not do this activates that long, and I like this long better than the short. Of course, this can fail too, and then I'm 0 for 2, and then I completely moved on this stock 0 for 2, and then I completely move away from this stock completely, because then that means I can't even get this stock. I can't read this one properly. While we're waiting for that one to play out, guess what? PDD, that read? Yeah, finally, we got a 57-cent winner on our hands. We're going to start to work this and manage this position as it gets through this 50, because this 50 seems to hesitate a little bit. So you know what? We're going to have to start protecting a little bit on this one there. So how are we going to work these 50s? I think if we get back underneath that 90 area on the 82.90, I'm going to protect about 30 cents on that trade, and we'll let the rest ride on this one. Finally, we've got some winners on our hands, so let's wait on this one there. What do you got, Brendan?
It's like they're working through this group one at a time. Now, Cron popping up 3.5%. Just broke day highs here, guys, on big time volume. $6 up there, a huge level if you look at the daily chart. So Cron, the latest one to start going, guys.
Okay, so we'll talk about that. Look, I'm just really happy here. I was able to buy some more downside on some of these weed names. So yeah, we're putting that in the pipe and smoking it, not the actual product, the stocks right now. But okay, Workhorse, I did have to give you guys a little bit of an update. I didn't even realize, so these ticks down for some reason in the dark pool did tick me out. And I was wondering how we got out of Workhorse, because when we ripped to the high side there, we weren't able to get any. This is where we had targeted. So I hope you still had that Workhorse, man. Long down here, 29.50, up in the money a little bit. I had to get some more on just because I did take that out there. It's a profitable trade for sure, so we'll hit the market green, but unfortunately, we were not able to enjoy this upside. I did not mean to get out. You can see here, it's on this wick down. We need to change up our game plan. Oh, Twilio, we're long at 316. You're at 319 right now, so if you guys know Austin 316, let me know where that's from. I used to go a lot to those shows. Unfortunately, I guess they're getting hit right now. Yes, Randy. I will move left. Okay, 320. See, not only do we have to trade, but I have to listen to these production guys, which have been fantastic. We're trying to put on a good show for you. Look at Twilio, man. Upside move here, making back what we lost. So we're really super happy with that. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers and their victory last night. But I don't even have an upside on Twilio right now, but I'm going to put one here. 321.50. We get a 320 break. Let's see if we get the middle of this garbage, maybe even a little bit lower. 320. Let's go just a little ahead of 321 here. But a big win right now for Twilio. A $5 win for Snowflake right now as well. We're on fire, Brendan.
Another one, Chinese-related name moving, guys. Pinduoduo, 4.8%. Just made a day high through 83 there. Another one from China, guys, moving to the upside.
To Arun, I think you have that one, don't you?
Which one?
Pinduoduo?
PDD, yeah, I just took some profit on PDD there. So just in front of, remember, I was looking to see what would happen around this 83.50. Looked like it was hesitating a little bit. We kind of backed off a little bit to the 20s, went again. Looks like we're hesitating again. You know what? I just stepped out in front of that trade. I don't want it. I'll hold a little bit. I took some profit in front of that. We're long in front of 60. So getting out in front of 40 activates about what? 70-something cents in profit. I still got the remaining position, remaining half of this position. So we will put the trailing stop in right here, that 90 area. If we back again, if we back off into that area again one more time, then I'm going to kind of fully step away from that trade. And BA looks like that 68.50, that 168.50 break. If we keep backing away like this and we actually settle in, I'm going to give it more time. Obviously, the stop is still there. That can get triggered as well. If we back off into that 68 again, I'll just take the 60-cent loss and walk away from this. Not yet. I'm going to give it more time. I'm going to be patient with this because I do think the reversal trade is much bigger than the initial break. So be patient with this, but at the same time, I have no reason to hold on to this if it's not going to do what I want it to do in the time that I want it to do it. So you know what? We're going to wait on this one while we take profit on PDD, or I've taken profit on PDD, and wait for the rest of it to manage. I'm also looking for more trades to take on here. Anything you got on your radar there, Sean?
Yeah. Just a few things, Arun, just a few things. And congratulations on that PDD trade there. I don't know what that face slapping thing was. I think I hit the wrong button by accident there. Look at this, guys. Beautiful trade out there on Twilio. 316 upside, 320.50. That's a $4 or $5 win. I can tell you exactly how much that is right there. 480 win right there. Oops, I just sorted my trade list incorrectly on Twilio, so that's a good one. Now we'll wait for high side, making the money back on our only losing stock of the day. That is Twilio. Snowflake as well, continuing to make moves to the high side, man. We're long down here. I mean, you can see on the board. Check our positions out. Arun, long PDD, BA. Look at mine. Workhorse, we're long. Workhorse just did, guys, go into the money again for us, about 25 cents. But I'm still trying to give this one some room. Now, if it fails, I'm not even going to to put a stop order in because of what happened down here. If it fails at 29.25, then I'm going to get out. But other than that, I still think Workhorse has a chance to go. This is another losing stock actually for me today, but barely. So Workhorse, small loser. Twilio, small loser, but we making that back off of a beautiful out there at 320.50. I still think Twilio can go to the high side. Let them analyze this deal, and I bet you it's completely back. Yes, sure. AMD, $85, taking out the high side. We love AMD. Never bet against AMD or NVIDIA. And if you do, it's to your peril. Let's go Workhorse. Let's go everything. What a big day. Happy Thanksgiving to all of our Canadian friends. And with that note, Brendan Wickens at the big screen.
Hey guys, yeah, small cap time. Let's go back to a few that we were talking about in the pre-market here. I want to start with this one. Lizzie, L-I-Z-I, was up significantly more than this pre-market. Another Chinese-related name this morning, doing quite well. It's been stuck in this range. Just want to point out a couple of things here on the daily time frame. 450 was this kind of pivot area from way back in August. Then you come down to $4, which is that next little shelf on the way down if you're looking at the daily time frame. So 450 up here, 450, and then I just marked off the pre-market high on the intraday time frame. So 450 is the bottom line here. So was working off of that in the pre-market, gave you a nice out down there around 370, 365 depending. And then I was planning on loading up when it got back up there as it has. And now we're all the way back down to 4. So let's see if we can finally get through 4, take some out as I'm telling you it's happening. So I left some bids out there. But the reason for this is 260 was where this thing ended Friday. There's really no significant news as far as I can tell for this thing that's this positive. So I really like that 450. Kind of 465 high from the pre-market. You can flip over to that MDLY. I haven't traded it yet, but there is a little bit of resistance near the top end of that last kind of move down before the halt. Still halted, obviously, on news pending. No news that I've seen yet on MDLY, but if it starts to hold lower on that next reopen or the first reopen, then we'll start to look at that to the downside as well. Let's go back to Arun.
All right, what are we going to be doing with PDD as it gets back above? That's 83.50. Absolutely nothing. Remember, the trailing stop is sitting here at 82.90. I'm going to leave it. I've already taken some profit in front of that 83.50, so let the rest ride. There's a reason why I trade the way I trade, this way. I'm not a fast trader. I don't get into and out of positions very quickly. That's why my winners are bigger, my losers are much bigger as well. So why did I get into this trade? Let's just quickly go over what I saw here. This break of 82.50, the fact that we kept backing off in the pre-market, breaking that 82.50 activates for me, I think takes out the sell area or the resistance area. So breaking that and actually settling in, I think that's the key thing, settling in. And then coming back under, yeah, you want to use this area, the previous resistance area that is now support, to bounce this trade back up. And that's exactly what I was doing. Stepped in front of that 82.50. 82 even was a stop. It's about 60 cents in stop. I've already cashed out 75 cents on the first half of the position, and the rest of it is guaranteed to give me at least 28 cents. So that position, we're going to let that one go. There's nothing else to do. I tried to do the same on BA. Again, I might be off on BA. I'm off on the market as a whole, but BA specifically, it is, given what happened the first time around, a move like this, typically what happens is it pushes a lot of stops and then accelerates at least to the next dollar level. Typically, doesn't mean it's going to happen every time. In this case, it seems to be backing off again. If this backs off again, I'm fairly quick to cut this trade and take a smaller hit from this trade and walk away from it because it means it's not going to do what I want it to do. So we're going to wait on this one, but at the same time, I'm ready to cut this trade. And we're just going to ride that PDD out and take it as far as we can go. 82.90 is a trailing stop on that one there. And one thing, another stock that seems to be hot in the chat is GME. GME, I was looking in this area, this 1280 through 13 even. There seems to be some bounce, well, from the 9th, some activity here that actually bounced the market up earlier. So that could potentially be an area of resistance. So in this area, you could actually turn around and take a short if you wanted to. That's just the way I analyze it. I typically stay away from these kind of fades. I'm not a big fan of the fading trade. Everyone has a different approach to it. I like the breaks better than I do like the fades. But hey, you know what? Everyone trades differently. I just wanted to put it out there. That is a potential area of resistance. But we're waiting on BA. We're still waiting for this one to settle in. And if we can actually keep above this 168.50 by the time we get to about 10:30. This is a 30-minute chart, so I'm going to give it another 8 minutes or so, or the stop gets hit. But apart from that, it's just a matter of waiting once the trade gets going. Look at this trade. This is up $1.20 now, and I've already cashed out half at 75 cents. So this is the type of trades that I do, the type of trades that I like to take. Everyone's different. Sean loves that fast game. Hey, Sean, how's your speed stocks doing there?
Speed stocks are not doing too bad. Yeah, and I think that's the important thing to talk about here a little bit, and that is that everybody has their own style, right? Like shorting, long, little stocks, small stocks. I prefer to trade absolutely everything, and right now we have some speed stocks. I like that. Is that what they're called? Momentum stocks?
That's what I'm calling them.
Upside right now, yeah. Sometimes they're on speed, that's for sure. 317 to the upside right now. Twilio, $4 winner. Snowflake, $4 winner. I'm going to do something that, because it's Thanksgiving, I just did want to give a big shout out here. My niece, right here. So this is off Proud Uncle. I just wanted to show that. Very, very blessed to have such a great family. So there it is. Follow us all on Twitter. Also, I posted up there today our watch list and the watch list that I had as well, giving you some levels, including DraftKings, including Snowflake, including Twilio, including everything. So watchlist.tradertv.live. And if you're joining us for the very first time, follow us all, hit the like, and hit the subscribe. We're at like 96,000 subscribers right now. We'd love to get to that 100K, guys. And this is what I'm talking about. This is absolutely free. It's our morning movers and it's our watch list. And you can see everything that we actually even talked about the SPAC yet, Diamond Peak. But here's Tesla. I've already made that $4 or $5 win on that one. Here's Apple. Here's DraftKings. Not only that, Twitter. We missed that one. That was a big one there. And I know it's making new highs. I love that stock. But here's the reason why. Deutsche Bank upgrade. Like, we're listing it all right here for you. So if you're a little lazy like me, get to work, man. Get that email directly to your inbox. I saw we had a little dance there, but we're ready for Brendan, and we'll come back and see if we just hit 1,000.
Yeah, another one really strong here so far today, guys. Dillard's, DDS in New York. Looks like a couple of upgrades. There was also Berkshire disclosing a stake in this company. So 32% to the upside after Berkshire disclosing a stake in DDS. So a nice move for Dillard's today, guys.
All right, let's do an update on BA. Look at that. It's doing exactly what I was expecting it to. It just took a little bit longer than it needed to for me, for my taste on a break like that. That break of 168.50, it kind of checked down to 168.80 or so. Now we're starting to get the run on BA finally. Here's the thing. On a move like this is the 5-minute chart. I've pulled it back just so I can see actually what's happening here. On a move like this, if we settle in and kind of take a secondary move, now what I can do, I have the luxury of doing is now if this fails one more time, that means that break isn't good enough and I can actually tighten up the stop on this to 68.20. So I only need to take about 30 or 40 cents in a hit. I don't need to give it the dollar and change because they should not bounce twice. For my taste, it should not bounce twice. So for me, this allows me to now tighten up the stop even further, allowing this trade to actually give it a chance to go, give me multiple dollars in winners, or take a 40-cent hit. Quick move, right? In the meantime, hey, PDD, quick run, $1.35 in the money or so. We're going to let this one keep going. I'm just going to trail this one out. 82.90 still the stop. I'm sure there's going to be a new stop that comes out at some point. And in the meantime, we are going to Valeria, I believe, or Brendan? Brendan.
Yeah, me first, guys. Rocket Mortgage, a little pop there on Rocket Mortgage. There was a headline regarding a new tech platform in the real estate sector. So have a look at RKT. Big move up off the lows there from 22.25 back to 23. Still negative, but a bit of a volume spike on that note. Valeria, speaking of, is having a look at what is moving around over in Europe. There's just over an hour left in the session over in Europe. V.
Hey Brendan, British industrial software company Aveva is down 2% after its half-year trading update. Back to you.
Yeah, lots of things to look at over in Europe as well. We'll update again at 11, guys.
All right. Yes, I hear a yawn in the background. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little slow around here. But okay, Twilio bouncing. I'm going to try to use VWAP here as an out. It got as high as 322. you know, I feel bad getting it out, but the thing is we've lost on it early, so we're trying to make the money back, and we've done that. So I don't need, not all of it back, but close. I don't need this to turn out to be a red stock. I just, you know, if the market does come back and fade it in, we saw what Twilio did early when the market went this way. So now we got to make sure we took it out high side, almost a perfect out, like 50 cents away from the top. That's pretty good considering that this has a 50-cent spread. So now we're going to give it back to 318. On that same note, Snowflake does come out as well, so boo-hoo on that one. And we actually used a routing key, and we actually got a great fill. I think what happened was it broke VWAP and then came right back, and we're able to get a great fill there. So out, and it's not great considering our best out was 250.50 for $4, but we do take this out for 250 win there at 28.70, 248.74. So that one's going. And Rocket Mortgage. So again, the news comes out. I did take a long on this retracement back in here. So here's where Brendan gave us the news just literally like a minute ago, and I got in. So back down here, I noticed the pull back down. I don't think we get this. The only thing that I was noticing about Rocket is, first of all, slaying the dragon. Thank you, Brendan. Rocket Mortgage right to the upside right now. Let's just take some out at 09 if we can get it. And bang, there it is. 09's already backflip time. Let's just explain why we take that trade and then why we get out. So right there, 17 plus 9, do the math quickly, 26. So we take a quarter on that one. Now we'll wait for more upside. What did we play there? Just simple. Actually kind of taking a book out of what Arun was saying there. Wait for the trade to come back in a little bit. I could have punched and marketed in up here at 23, but we wait for a slight pullback. Nothing fancy, no big levels, just a pullback to make sure that we get a better price, and then Yahoo to the upside. Oh yeah, Mr. Twilio, back to the upside. Let's go. I think it's Jeff Lawson, the CEO, and he's making moves. He makes money moves. Cardi B, what's up, Brendan?
Heads up on Workhorse, guys. Headline just there at 10:27, so about 3 minutes ago, just saying $200 million in financing secured by Workhorse. So going to double check on that, but there was a bit of a move down off of that. So 9.7% still, but just a headline out there for Workhorse, guys.
Okay, so just a quick, something I've noticed here, BABA is settling around that 305 up through 305.20. I think a break on this would be something to keep an eye on. Just the reason I bring this up is because JD as well is doing the exact same thing, except it's actually moving. So it looks like the Chinese stocks are actually on fire today through BABA and JD. Look at JD. This, I don't know what to do with this. I'm not going to do anything with it. I just wanted to bring it up because of the way it's moving. So JD, this kind of move, it tells me that there's something going on in this sector, let's just say, and I'm going to keep an eye on BABA. If we can take this top off, I think it builds up enough action through 305, flex a little bit past there, and then the break through there allows me to take the breakout trade more comfortably. I'd be more comfortable taking that given how much time we spent trying to go through there. Just a quick update on BA. BA is now 10 cents in the money or so. And we're going to wait for this one to play out. Again, there's nothing else to do with this. It either settles in or it doesn't. We'll just wait for that one. And PDD is still going. We're at $1.40 on this one. I'm going to wait for this to take 84.20 and then find a trailing stop. Right now, the trailing stop is still 82.90. So we're going to have to bring this up at some point because there's no way I can give this another $1 back down. There's no point in doing that. So we're going to let this one go and then find a new trailing stop on this one and try to lock in more of that $1.45 winner.
Yeah, no, great. I mean, great trading there, Arun. And your PDD trade was pretty hot fire. And I know you still have that one on as well. So good couple trades there. Boeing has been a tough sled. Hard to get reads on that. Just like Workhorse for me here. And we fall down a hole. So there it is. I don't know what to do. Oh, we'll go this. Sorry, but I don't know why I hit this one. I don't like it, but there we go. Workhorse, we tried it one more time. It's a small loser for us today. I said we'd give it back to VWAP, and we tried. So we got in there, out there. Decent trade. Really, the long is from here, so it's kind of like a 30-cent loss, but I got to take responsibility. We did go long through 30, so it's gonna chalk up as a 70-cent loss, but we were able to take at least some profits there on that big position, got back in and then lost. So really the difference would be from here to there. So whatever, but it's still a loss, so I'm not very happy with that. We'll move on, but we're still near our highest point of the day, so that's a good one. The reason why is Twilio. We go to Square right now. Twilio's $6 in the money right now. We'll review that in a minute. But, oh no, bad wick. Here's Square. Again, Square, thinking about the same thing. I love Square. I love it at these prices. However, it just needs to get above VWAP again. I don't want to go long anything that's below VWAP, especially if the market looks like it's trying to struggle. And here we go again. So Twilio, Arun, we got smoked on it early. Not smoked. I mean, we took long here through 324. We did get out for $1.50. Then we averaged in. That was the problem. And then got out. I'm really happy with this out. But look where we got back long. This is the trade that I look for every day, guys. I think that there's no better setup. We give it in our A-plus trading setups. I gave that as well. If you go to our stock market wisdom. Oh, actually, that's not out yet, I don't think. But last week we did an A-plus trading setup segment. That's going to be coming soon. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I love this setup. Market comes down, stock comes down, right? Then, obviously, we like the news here today. It's kind of like a cult stock, Twilio. I show you the chart and explain that to you after. But once you get through a lot of this kind of garbage down here, and I put this line incorrectly, the line really should be right here. Once you get through a lot of this, then you can start taking off. And then here it is, one in, one in, one in. So 3 ins and 1 out means we still have a third on. We did drop it. And you want to talk about risk management? What is this? Long at 316, out on a 315.50 break. That's a $1.20 loser. This is a $4 winner. This is a $6 winner. So well worth the risk management. And I think that's how you spin money around. You know that trading futures probably better than anybody, and that is manage your risk. You got to get out of the positions when you don't like them and not load up at spots just for the sake of it. Wait for your moment. I mean, Arun, you can talk to that.
Yeah, absolutely. So talking about getting out your spots here, that PDD trade that I was talking about earlier, I got to tighten up the stop. I had 2 choices, either leave it at 82.90 or it looked like it was really hesitating around 84 even. So I tightened up the stop just underneath 83.90 and they tripped it. And this thing can continue on, but there's a way to manage a trade, and this is exactly how I chose to manage a trade given how it's moving. So you know what? I cashed out. Locked in at about $1.20 or so on the second half of my position. And now I'm going to move on and figure out what to do with BA because it's still flirting with that 50 area. So what am I going to do? I'm going to figure it out while we go to Brendan.
Another one to look at here, guys. Penn. We were talking about DraftKings, obviously, but there was also an upgrade in price target increase on Penn as well. But right back to the downside here, basically where it started the day. Whereas if you flip over to DraftKings, still kind of pushing towards that high. So a little relatively weak on Penn so far, guys.
All right, the chat keeps talking about Rocket, and I just pulled out the chart on Rocket. Yeah, that Sean, you might want to take a look at this as well. This breakthrough 23.20 going into that 40 area, I think there's something there. I just don't like it all the way up to 23.50. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark off 23.50 as the area that I'm going to keep an eye on, because it could easily turn around. Given that we bounced around that, going back to the 8th, we bounced around that 23.40, we backed off there, and then on the way up to 24, we actually hesitated around early in the morning around that 23.40 area. So you know what? 23.50, let's get above it, let's settle in. I'll take a long on there if we can do a bunch of different things, which is getting in, breaking it, settling in, declaring a level, then I'll step in. But for now, I'm going to stay away from this. Sean, what are your thoughts on Rocket?
Oh, my thoughts are northbound. I'm already long here. We're 40 cents in the money on Rocket. Thanks for that shout out there, Arun. And yeah, what we waited for, and we talked about what we waited for on this trade. We came down here to 22.80. We took the long, and then now it's 23.30. So a great little trade on Rocket. We'll get out now, man. 23.35 high side. Let's just see. Look, the real estate market is crazy. Brendan came with that news, and now you're seeing some nice little upside moves here. I love what they're doing. You got to sort of diversify. Twilio, that's a money stock, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Now $7 in the money on Twilio. 22.80 right now. That was a good spot. We've already broken out. Just looking, what is this level right here? 23.40. So my out right now, I'm going to take this out right here if we can get it. It's been high upside. Again, 23.40. Let's go out on Rocket, celebrate that win, and then take another baby long just in case this is the real deal. 23.50. So let's get out right here, man. I'm even happy getting out right now. 23.29. I mean, I'm not going to grovel over 10 cents when we already have 50 for the win. So right here, if I can get 23.40, 23.35 maybe. We don't need to get the perfect out, but let's do that one. I hope you can follow us. Look at Twilio. Here we go, Brendan and Arun. Arun, more importantly, to the upside right now. This stock is exploding right now. We're back to where we were. We failed up here before. Let's see if we can take one more run here to the upside. My out was VWAP, now correcting itself upside $1. We may take this out, man. We've made that money back. So a nice banger here. Only negative stock. I mean, still maybe Twilio. Let's see how high it goes up. But Workhorse we've fallen down on. And Rocket, it's at our spot, man. Let's take this out. Follow me on Twitter. I'm going to tweet this trade out for you guys right now. Huge trade here on Rocket.
Yeah, you know, for BA, I was sitting in this for a while to see if it can actually take this
Money,
169. It
money.
does not want to stay above 169, so I'm going to walk away from this trade fairly soon. I've got an offer out to get out flat or 68.20 if it breaks. I'll just take the small hit and walk away. There's no point in staying in this trade. I don't need to give it the space I was going to give it because it's not doing what I wanted to do. And the timing on PDD exit was apparently very good. So finally, we get something under our belt that's actually working out. So that one's out. We're done there. Let's go back to the futures. Quick look at the futures. What to do? We took out 3,500. That kind of changes the game. There's no point in now looking for the trade down below that 80 because odds are if it comes down that far, it's going to be a different dynamic when it gets there. So I got to figure out what to do when it gets above 3,500. At the moment, I was eyeing 34.90. I'm not sure I want to do that because it is backing around. There seems to be a lot of activity underneath 90 into that 85, 80 area. It gets a little murky for my taste. I like clear levels, clear areas that I can actually see. So if I zoomed in, this is a 30-minute chart, by the way. So if I zoomed in, yeah, 3,500, that break gives you some activity to deal with or potentially use as support on the move up. For scalpers, absolute gold. This is the quick move. That 3,500, you get a quick 4 or 5 points. I'm not a scalper, so I'm going to settle in a little bit more. I have no read at the moment, so you know what? We're going to move on. There's nothing else to do except that. When you don't have a read, you just move on. So BABA finally took out that area. It actually didn't finally just take it out. It actually took it out a while ago, and I just saw it because I pulled up the ES or the futures chart. So I'm going to finally get in and put a bid down because it finally did what I wanted it to do, which is settle in, finally take the break. If it goes quickly, fine, let it go. But if it comes back into that 50 area, I'll step in, go ahead, bid the long, and put the stop just underneath the most recent bounce, which is around 304.34. In the meantime, we're going to go to Sean. We'll go to Sean, see what he's got.
I think we're getting ready to go to Brendan at the big board in a minute, but I just did. Thanks for throwing it back here. Twilio, $8 now in the money. DraftKings, holla at your boy for this one as well. We just took day's high, 52.50 after bang, 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 bang. What a great day it's been here today. Thank you again. All thanks to Arun for stepping up for Neil today. Arun, you're doing an absolutely fantastic job. Keep it going, buddy. I know the chat and our family loves you. Arun is one of us, guys, so I hope you like his style. A little different from Neil and mine, but yeah, he's here and doing a great job. Again, thank you, Arun. I can't say enough about that, and thank you to our production team, the Randster, stepping in as well today, and Miss V, of course, over there doing the work for us as well. Look at Twilio here, guys. $8 now in the money. Back to the high side. We're at day's high now for Twilio, and yeah, banger. Twilio, alert on that one. Now I just feel so dumb getting out at 321, but I'm going to take a $5 winner, guys, but I'm enjoying an 8-1 even more. Brendan, give it.
Hey guys, yeah, let's have a look at the overall S&P 500, see what is leading the way so far today. We are higher still by more than a full percent now, 1.03% to the upside. I want to start way over in the corner here, talk about material stocks. International Paper updated their current quarter today. 5% move to the upside for IP. Work here, 4.5%, and PKG also 4.25% to the upside. We'll slide over to this group here, Communication Services. There's Twitter, 5.8%. Deutsche Bank, again, there was a couple other smaller ones, but multiple upgrades and price target increases on Twitter. Google here right beside it, 2+%. There's Facebook having a nice day, 2+%. ATVI and Take-Two over there as well. So the communication stocks really having quite the day so far, leading the way to the upside. Consumer staples as well down here. Basically anything in the food sector today is going to be in positive territory. I looked really hard. There are a couple here that are in negative territory, but overall, this group, consumer staples, really, really strong off the food group for some strange reason. Financials, all the banks are in positive territory so far. Goldman Sachs right there. Morgan Stanley having a nice day. RJF, IVZ, WLTW, and the insurance group leading the way along with AON, both about 2% to the upside. So most of the strength for the market coming from the banking sector. Some technology stocks are solidly higher, including Apple, almost 4%. NVIDIA, AMD, Micron was there a minute ago. There it is, 1.8%. XLNX as well, now negative on the day. Power, PWR in the industrials, ALLE and XYL. In the industrial sector, also in positive territory. I wanted to mention the travel group here. Slide over to the consumer discretionary stocks. Look at Amazon, 3.2%. But travel stocks are offsetting. So all of the cruise lines here in negative territory, including some of the hotels as well. eBay, I just noticed they're down 1.6%. One of the big gainers from Friday, if you remember. Overall, 1.02%, guys, for the S&P. Back over to you.
All right, just a quick update on BA. I finally scratched that trade. I got in around 62. I got out around 63, 64. Walk away from this trade. It's not doing what I wanted to do as fast as we wanted to do it. So what am I going to be doing now? Well, I'm going to be thinking about lunch. And given that Neil's not here, let us know how you feel about this. Me specifically, I'm a huge fan of pineapple on pizza. I know there's a divided group here. Randy's saying no. I'm a huge fan of it. Some people like it, some people hate it. You're on either side. So I'm thinking Hawaiian pizza. Sean, what's your take on Hawaiian pizza?
Good.
There you go. We got 2 for 1.
I'm just telling Greg, though, I'll take a chicken Caesar if we're going to be ordering in. But look, this is, and I'm sorry, Italians. I mean, I can't. I know pineapple on a pizza is not a thing, and I always get slack from my cousins, the paisans out there. But hey, I'm with you, man. I like it. I like the little pineapple on the pizza pie. So, but when I have to admit, when I was in Rome and Tuscany and all that, there's no pineapple. Okay, upside right now. Look at this. Who cares about pineapples when you're spitting out fruit salads everywhere? Look at Twilio, guys. Upside, I don't even have any fruit salad today. Caterer not here, so a little bit of a tease. $11 now in the money on Twilio as we go backflip crazy right here, guys. Twilio upside surprise. Hello, $11 now in the money. We should maybe take this out here. 328. This is a very, very high. Its all-time highs are up here. I don't want to talk about this little wick. This is on the deal, so whatever. But right now, 328. Should have noticed that instead of doing backflips. 327, 328. We're not far out. Let's see about getting out of Twilio right now for $11 and really just count the money here as we are getting close. We still have an hour 15 though. Arun, you shouldn't be talking about lunch when it's 10:45. You're getting us all excited over here. 328. If we can take this out on Twilio, let's do this, man. 327.50. It's looking good. I might just take this out right here. I don't need to take 11 if I can take 10. Good trade on Twilio, guys.
Yeah, you know, Bob, I talked about Bob at 305.50. I don't know what's happening above 306. There seems to be some hesitation, a little bit of activity. I actually want to see how much this holds through. So if we get below 305, I'm not going to leave an order there. I want to see how it reacts to this area between 305.50 and 305.20. There seems to be something over the top, so I want to see how far they're willing to push it down before I can get some buying to step back in. At that point, I'll put a bid in, but I am not going to leave an order sitting there like I normally would like to do on a break like this. In the meantime, we're just going to wait for this one there. There's nothing else really to do. And of course, BA has kind of settled in. I got in, got out. Let's walk away from that trade. There's not a whole lot except for maybe the futures. You know what? It keeps flirting with that 5. That 3,500 keeps backing down. It does seem like it's a little bit low volume move in one direction. That's the kind of day it feels like, at least from kind of trading the stocks and then watching the futures kind of just creep up. It went 10 points since I sat down. It did it very quietly. And then now here we are, another 10 points since the open, I believe, right? No, not 10 points, but yeah, about 10 points since the open. And that was done a little quietly for my taste as well. So I don't know how much of a position I'm going to take on the futures today until we can get some actual action settling in. This is a 30-minute chart. Let me pull that back down to maybe a 5-minute chart. Yeah, there's not a whole, you see the back and forth. All the tails are telling me they want to go in one direction, then they go back in the other direction, kind of creeping up. So we're just going to wait on this one In the meantime, we'll go to Brendan. What do you got?
Another one, guys. It's Tilray's turn, apparently, because it just popped up on a volume scanner here. Tilray now 7% to the upside, just made a day high. 650 up here, big time level. If you go to the daily chart, there was also this kind of 625 area, but watch 650 up there on Tilray, guys.
All right, screw this. Afia right now, you break through 620, we're going to take it. We'll just take it light, though. We're not going to go too crazy. Afia.NQ, yeah, of course. Let the chart run. 620 is the day high here. I do like this trade. It came up to 620 before failing and making it all the way back to view up. Look, you can put on decent shares right now. Excuse me, breaking through the high side now of Tilray, of Afria. I do like it. I love Afria. Big producer here. They have the deal with one of the largest drug stores here called Shoppers Drug Mart. Afria does have a deal with them. Loblaw's buying Shoppers Drug Mart a couple years ago. So here we go. We're long at 21 and we took shares. So good on us. Right here. Let's see if this goes. But we're not going to give it to too far back. Maybe this area here, 615. It does. I mean, we're at the highest spot we've been at all day. Okay, Twilio. Like, I click on Twilio. My charts are supposed to go. There we go. Gets as high as 328 again. I'm going to give this back to 325. If we break 325, we'll get out. I'm going to try to give this more room to breathe. It's $9 in the money already. It does go as high as 11, upside 328. Probably should have took that out when it went back there for the third time. But right now, we'll wait. I'm going to give it back to this little wick downside. If you can see here on the chart, that's 325. So 325 was right here. It tried it, didn't break. Now we'll wait to the upside. I'm going to give this some room. If it does break back above 328, then 328 will become my out. Oh, hells to the yeah, Arun. We go long again on Afria. Not again, but for the first time. And there it is, an instant win for us. If we can get 26s, that is. We're offering a little bit right now. We're going to take 5 cents out on like 20% of it. Bang, there's another win right there. So look, everything we're touching today seems to be going well. Weed Batman, finally, Arun, is in the building. And ho-hum, here's an 8-cent winner on a decent small $6 stock.
Yeah, I was just looking off the chat. Cameron, thank you for the super chat there. Pineapple on pizza for life? Absolutely. And I also saw someone said Piton was a miss. I looked at the chart. I'm like, you know what? No, I actually like this chart on Piton. Here, 126.50. If we can actually break through that, that kind of settles in here. Because that was a high around 8:30 this morning. We now bounced off of it one more time. I think the trade is still there for me, at least 126.50, the break and settle above there allows you to take that trade with 125.50 as a stop. That's something I'm going to keep an eye on. Thank you so much for at least bringing it up for a different reason, but I thank you for bringing it up. That's why we're looking at the chat often to find other trades than the ones we're in and that come up on our radar. So thank you so much for bringing those in the chat there for us. So that is something I'm looking at. And futures, here we go, taking out the 05s, and we continue on this little ride that is, if you had gotten in, great, but if you had not, there's no entry point for this train as it kind of chugs along quietly and keeps on going up. I don't know how to play this, so I'm going to stay away from this one. If I don't know, I don't trade it, and we're just going to look for more trades. Baba and Piton are on my radar. 305.50 going through 304.40. If we can settle in and find some buying, of course, Piton if we take out 126.50, and then I'll figure out what the stop is at that point. And
I think we're ready at the big screen now with, I think it's both one of our, it's my favorite segment. I don't want to speak for you, but I love Money Talks. Let's see what the old greenback is up to. And I see Bitcoin moving a bit today too, Brendan.
Yeah, nicely. Cryptos both, the ones that we watch anyways, to the upside. You can see down here, both Ethereum and Bitcoin, 4% now for Bitcoin, back above that 11,200 level from way back when was a bit of resistance. But Ethereum leading the way, 5.25% on the day for Ethereum. Overall, pretty muted action so far in some of these. I put the British pound up on the chart over there. It's the only one a little bit strong. They're introducing more social distancing restrictions in the UK just to try and get a handle on some of the cases that continue to spike over there. But worth mentioning, we did break 130 on the pound. If you remember late last week, we got above that 130, holding nicely, trying to push towards 131 again. If you remember way back when it had that big fall from 135 all the way down to 126.5. But the British pound holding strong. The US dollar is strong today. So some of these are red, including the euro. Canadian dollar holding in there, 76.3 as well. Japanese yen, Swiss franc, both lower. Same story for Australia and New Zealand down here, about 0.25%. But overall, pretty muted action, guys, on a Monday. Back over to you.
All right, just a quick update here. We are out of half now of our Afria, and we just tweeted that out. Follow us all on Twitter as well. We are out there. We'll watch GBTC. I don't really have anything going on today with that. If you are trading Bitcoin, this is a good one. We did have one short out, 4 or 5 cents, before watching it rip all the way to the top side. Hard to trade this name with you guys live. It's crazy stock, and sometimes liquidity is not there, so you got to be very careful if you are looking at that one. But just an update on our Twilio. We got out, so there it is. It didn't even break. Oh, it did break. Okay, good. Thank God. I thought we got screwed again. It does break 325. We get out at a great spot, 324.80. Really happy with that. Hey, it's a $9 win. So we'll smile on that one. We did give the upside, 850 win. We were upside at 328 or 327 for $11. We do give some back there, but super happy with the way this one traded. Brought us right back. Only 2 negative stocks, small on Twilio and small on Workhorse, but that's what it is so far today. A good day, not a fantastic day. It would have been a lot better if this had worked earlier on, but happy to get that back on Twilio, and happy to be here today with you guys on Canadian Thanksgiving. And I guess it's probably Columbus Day. We could check on that in the US. Let me know if I'm right on that one. But wow, Apple right now making moves to the high side. Or is Columbus Day in November? I don't think so.
No, it is Columbus Day.
It is. Oh, it is Columbus Day. Thank you, Arun. 121.50. Just noticing Apple now breaking out as well, guys. Wow.
Yeah, okay. So BABA, I was looking to see what was going to happen around that 305.50. They never got there. These tails, yeah, it looks like it got there. There were dark prints. So they never actually traded down there. I don't think they got below 70 or something like that. At this point, there's nothing really you can do. I mean, the trade's gone. When it happens, it happens. And I missed the trade on the break. I put the level there. I looked aside for something else, and then it broke, and then I was waiting for something to happen in that area. It never happened, and you just move on. At this point, I'll keep an eye on it. I'll try to keep an eye on it, and focus on Piton. At least that one is very close to actually, well, not very close, relatively speaking, 50 cents away, 40 cents away. 126.50, if we can get that break, then I'll step in, take that trade. That one, given that I don't have that many positions on, or any positions on at all, that one I'm going to keep an eye on there. If we can get that 126.50 break, great. Futures, we're right back to doing what we were doing all day, creeping up. Now we're just accelerating a little bit. And the volume on the futures I'm seeing is 430K since our servers came up. So overnight plus 430K, not a whole lot of volume for this time of day. It's almost 11 o'clock Eastern time. So you would think on a day like this, when a futures is moving like this, at least the ES futures is moving like this, you expect more volume? Yeah, no, we're doing it very quietly. So as we approach these 10s, look at that. They're going right to 10 here. They're taking 10. So you know what? Futures are doing it quietly. We're just going to wait. That's all we can do at this point. Find some good trades, find some good setups. Piton is the only one I'm noticing. I am going through my list of stocks that I have up and some alerts. In the meantime, we're going to go to Brendan.
Becoming a trend, another cloud name just popping up here, guys. All-time highs for Viva, V-E-V-A in New York. This is a cloud name, but in the medical space. So just breaking 306 here, which was that last little pivot on the daily chart. So a nice look for V-E-E-V. Cloud names, very strong today.
I mean, no surprise there as Twilio stepping up the game a little bit. We'll hit the siren for a new position. Okay, we're into Apple. Apple breaks the high of the day right now. So we're into that one right now. We'll get some out if we can. There it is, a quick little 10 cents there. Now we'll let the rest run high side there. Out of 20%. This is what I do, man. I'm scalping, so we don't pay any fees, direct market access. We sometimes even get rebates to trade these names as we get excited. Oh, we got these wicks down here, man. I got to edit. This is how much direct market access we have. We have crazy wicks onto the downside right now, so we got to edit those out. Those are dark pools. Right now, 121.65. So a nice win right now, man. We're long Arun, 121.50 here on Apple. Thanks for bringing it up. We take out the high of the day. And now we're ripping northbound, man. This is a nice little 20-cent win on Apple. Oh, yeah, alert, alert. Afria, new day's high right there. We're long. Snowflake. Hello, Snowflake. We're back in that one. That sounds really weird to say that, but Snowflake, I just don't know about that. But 244, why are we in? We picked this bottom up right down here, Arun. 243, Snowflake, hello, a dollar win right now as well on that one. So 244.27 up to 245.80 right there, a $1.50 win. We'll see about upside here, 248 and change. And look, if this market goes, man, why can Snowflake not go? We're long this name and we're cashing out. We're not cashing out on that one. What we're trying to do right now is look, say, hey, where's our Apple trade at? Let's see if we can't get a little bit more out of this one. 121.70. We'll put an order there. Here it comes ripping. If we could take 20 cents on another 20% of this one, we will do exactly that. Come on, Apple. Hit us at 121.70. Why are we doing that? Again, the market's at highs here, Arun. And the thing is, Apple, there we go. There's 30 cents. So another chicken dinner alert. The wife asking me, what do we want for dinner? I got to take my other kid back to university today, so it'll be a quick one tonight. Look at this one. 121.70 now, ripping to the high side. Hi, Valeria. How are you today? Snowflake moving to the upside. What's up, Brandon?
Another cloud name, guys. Real quick, Weemi, a little tiny one starting to go here as well. WIMI, now 19%. This thing's gone from 5:30 to 6:30 in the last 20 minutes, guys. So big move for WIMI, guys.
Yeah, come back to me while Sean did all of that on a single breath. So let him take a breather as he gets hype on Apple as it continues to go through 121.60. PDD, I might consider a new trade here. We got out around that 84 area. It kind of backed all the way down to 83 and then just settled in. And now it looks like it was going to do a second leg through 84. Now, if we can actually get through there, I've moved to the 5-minute chart on this to manage this position out. That's how I was managing it. But you know what? This may be the way to now trade this one more time. Let's get this break. Let's get it to settle in. Let's get them to check it one more time, meaning let it come back down and see if this is going to be a double top or a failed move. If that's the case, if we settle in and actually show some strength and show some buying, then the long with 82.90, that stop's been there from the beginning. When I moved the trail up, that's where I put it. I have not changed that level, so that's something to keep an eye on here. If we can actually stay above and actually withstand a one more sell point into this, then I'm okay going long above 84. We'll just do exactly what we did the first time on a break, right? We backed down, took the long, here we go. Now it's back down. It's breaking, but this time around, it doesn't have as much volume as it did the first time around, so I'm gonna wait for it to actually sell one more time just to see what we've got. Piton, it backed off that 126.50, here we go. If we can get that break now, then continuation play is in effect. In the meantime, if that doesn't happen, of course, I'm just gonna let it go. There's no other trade for me except for that one trade. Apple, Sean, you've got a breath. How are you feeling as Apple approaches 122?
How am I feeling? How about a cowbell? Yeah, 122, good win, Arun. We're going to take this out once we get going. I'm going to try to hold the rest. We're already out of 60%. I did want to say a wicked happy Thanksgiving to both my parents. Love you guys so much, and thank you for the continued support. And those of you that watch the journey, I do talk about my parents all the time during that, and they've supported us, me and my family, through everything that we've been doing on the day trading. I think you need to have that amazing support from your family, and I definitely have that one. My wife always gets credit on the show. Thank you so much. But it's my parents that I want to give right now a really happy Thanksgiving. And look, I feel like I could get teary. Everyone knows how sensitive I am, especially in the family, but I just really wish that we could see them a little more aggressively, obviously with COVID ramping up. I love you guys very, very much.
All right,
so,
that's all.
Yeah, we'll throw it over to Valeria at the big screen.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. European market is pretty choppy today. Russia is up 0.52%. Spain is down 0.25%. France is up 0.56%. And Britain is down 0.23%. In terms of individual stocks, there is not really much happening in Europe, though British industrial software Avevo is down 2.03%. That's all with Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
All right, what are we looking at? Well, I'm still waiting on that PDD, but I'm more excited for Sean and his Apple, because as we approach 122, I'm thinking, oh man, That initial 121 break would have been gold, but of course, it went all the way down to 120 and bounced off. I'm going to reanalyze that trade to see if I could have done something differently from what I saw at that point in time. 122 break. If we get that break, I think there could be a run on stops above 122. I'm still keeping an eye on Piton here. 126.50 is still the trade I'm looking for on Piton. We're going to wait on that one there. And Zoom is another chart that I pulled up here. 502, I think 502 can be a level to keep an eye on. It looks like it's backing off. Since it broke 500, broke that 499, it seems to want to hesitate all the way up to 502. So you know what? If we can actually get a push through 495, I'm going to seriously consider going after Zoom on the short side. Up until that point, though, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot there, but I am going to keep the chart open and keep an eye on how it's reacting. And you know what? One chart that I really do regret not getting more aggressive on is BABA. BABA has just gone straight up to 307 now. Remember, the trade was supposed to be just above 305.30. That's a quick $1.70 now after hesitating around 306. So that's something to keep an eye on.
Okay
if you guys like the momentum push, like those trades that breaks levels or quick run on stops, if you like that momentum game, that here we are, another round number. As Apple approaches through the round number, so is BABA. A lot of stocks approaching a round number. And guess what? Futures? Yeah, futures approaching a round number too for the second time now. 310, 3510. If we can get this, where does it go? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I have no trade for it because the way it's moving, I don't like it. It's going in one direction. You think it's an easy trade given how it's moving? Yeah, it's very hard to read. For me, this market is a little bit difficult. I'm going to be more patient. I like that Piton, so that's the one I'm waiting on. Piton right here through 126.50.
Piton has been an absolute banger for us on the show. And Arun, I know you're looking at futures a lot, but that one, we called that. I actually, again, we can't keep talking about all these calls, but we did talk about Piton at $80. Nice to see it at 120 and change. So we're out of 2/3 of this trade here. I got some out at 26 there, just fearing that 25 would break. So now after coming back down, we're long at 20. You guys already know that. And Arun, man, thank you for all the credit on this Apple trade. But really, man, you brought it to my attention talking about it breaking the high of the day. I waited patiently for that to happen, and then now I absolutely love Apple, and here we go. The pins for me just got lined up on Apple. We're long here at 121.52. We noticed the NASDAQ keep breaking high side there, and now we're still long Apple, so 55 cents in the money. And again, like whether or not, if you have 1,000 shares, it's $5.50. You have 2,000 shares, it's $1,000. You have 50 shares, it's $50. Like, no, 25 bucks. The point is that no matter what style you're trading, no matter your risk management, and I feel that a lot of traders get FOMO, and the thing is, it doesn't matter what size your account is, just keep trying to take some of these breaks and these plays and learn from Arun, myself, Neil, and Brendan, because the thing is that you never ever stop, and the market changes every single day, so you do have some back and forth with the market, and some days you'll have losing trades, man, and other days it's you just get these bangers on, and it's about following your instinct and following what you do best. You know, Arun's talked about longer term positions, talked about me taking some of these momentum stocks, and yeah, that's basically what I do best. So today, Apple, Afria, Donkey Kong, DraftKings, that is, Rocket. Look at Snowflake right here. Look at this bottom pick right here. We're $2 in the money. This is $244.50. This is where I'm long. I mean, these are real trades. I invite all y'all to the floor once we get corrected up here. And then look at this, a nice little trade right back to the upside. Probably time to get out now. We're in all this garbage. Would love to get this back to 248, but this is another $3 winner for Snowflake. This is a 70-cent winner right now for Apple. About time to get some off. I'm happy getting this off. Right now, we already got out of 60%. We'll take out another 20%. Let the rest ride. This is how we trade. It's a big day. And with that being said, here he comes walking. Apparently, someone said a rumor, this is all Neil, that he likes country music. I don't know. I like country music. Not my favorite. I don't know if it requires an emoji, but there you go, Brendan.
Neil makes things up, just for the record. He is known for making things up. No. I mean, it's fine. Whatever. I'm not a huge fan. CEI Camber Energy, CEI Energy. We talked about this one last week. On Thursday, I believe it was. Thursday and Friday. Big mover last week, just popping up here. Doing some volume. Once again, have a look at CEI, guys. 23%.
All right, Piton getting closer and closer. We got very close to, well, we did get to 126.50, but keep in mind, I'm looking for it to actually settle in. I'm not going to go right away. I want to see how this trade reacts or this stock reacts. Around that 126.50, we backed off a quick 20 cents. Good, I'm still not in it. I'm waiting for it though, but I'm still not in it. as this moves around, I'm actually figuring out where the stop is going to be. Do I need to give it down to 125? At the way it's moving right now, the answer might be yes, if it breaks the way it's breaking, or if it breaks the way in the current momentum. If it doesn't, though, I may actually be able to use 126 even, which tightens up my stop by 50 cents. So how this breaks matters. Does it break and settle in? Yes. Then how it does it as well allows me to pick and choose how much risk I'm going to put on that trade. Futures, oh man, futures, this is what the future is doing. This is a 5-minute chart, and this is just creeping up, and now it's just accelerating to the upside. I'm still going to, yeah, it could have been a great trade, but I don't have it. I'm not going to play with it. I'm not going to chase that at all. The other one I'm going to keep an eye on, though, is PDD as well, above 84. What do you got, Sean?
Yeah. Sorry that I thought you were just wrapping that thought up. Didn't mean to interrupt. No, I was just talking about Snowflake here because I just didn't want, if any of you traders are in with it, I didn't realize that like the spread is $1 on Snowflake. So yeah, I'm going to try to get some of these out, man. If we could tick upside here, 246.80 or so, hoping I can just catch someone like limiting up to 247 or 248 up to VWAP here. The reason is that just for what Arun was just saying here, the market's on a march, right? If this spread, like even right here, the market right now is dead. It's 11 o'clock, and we still have a 50-cent spread here. So, 245.70, 246.20, 50 cents. So, yeah, and when you have decent shares, one little move down, get me out there. And with $1, with the spread opening up, I just think it's not prudent of me not to get some out. So if we can get upside 247, again, we'll take it. I didn't realize that this was the spread. So, and I know a lot of you guys, or girls, anybody trading out there, obviously, if you have direct market access, you'd be able to see this. But I just want to bring this to everyone's attention that the spread is quite large. So if you are using stop orders on Snowflake, just make sure that your prices are right, because you don't want to get slipped too much. So I would say cross down like 50 cents probably to hopefully you'll hit a dark pool. And then B, if you have 100 shares down here, sometimes that $1, that could make or break your day. Just right there, being up that $100 is nice. So if you can get out, I would. So just with that being said, I do have an order right now, and I'll tell you the price, 246.81 there. Not sure why, but 246.81, the high is 92, so it's right around there. So that's where my order is. We did take some out Apple high side, literally right here. Our out was 28s on Apple, which the high of the day is 37. So what we're doing now, we're long at 121.50. It's a 70-cent winner. So sure, it's backflips. I'm only going to give this one back down to 122 now. Nah, maybe a little bit more. We'll give this one back to flat, man. We're out of 80% for high side winners. Let's see if the NASDAQ want to keep going here. Upside on that one. Snowflake, did we just get the profit? Boom! We talk about it and we get it. So there's the hot dog winner for you. A nice little, another $3 winner. So yes, $2.70, 78 cents there, win for Snowflake. So we talk a good game on it. It goes right back to the high side. Nice trading. Snowflake, out. Snowflake buy, out again, and catch that bottom. What a great trade, man. It's been a good day for us so far today.
Yeah, it's been a great day for Sean there. I'm still analyzing on what I'm going to do. WIMI, I saw this in the chat. Somebody posted, or a bunch of people posted about it. Man, that break above 550, 553, 550 area, that would have been a stellar trade. At this point, it's gone up so fast, and it's kind of now figuring out what to do between 6 and 650. If this settles more, if they can just keep going sideways and build up an area above and below, then I think that allows you to look for a continuation breakout or even a failure. But at this point in time, I'm going to put this chart on my screen now, see how much time it takes for it to accelerate or to at least build up a level, and then I'm going to start working a trade. That's just, yes, it's gone fast. This is pretty much like the futures, right? What do you do when it goes up quickly and you don't want to miss out? Well, it's not about missing out. It's about figuring out exactly when you can get in, when you can get out. There's a precise plan in place. Know your strategy, right? If your strategy calls for it, do it. If it doesn't, just be patient. It doesn't matter if you miss out on the trade. That's fine. It's okay. Look at this. Future is running up. Do I care? It bothers me a little bit, but yeah, there's nothing to do. I'd rather make money than not take a stupid risk about it and lose money because it doesn't fit the plan. If I lose money within the plan, that's fine. That's okay. That's part of the game. But if you lose money because you are doing something outside of what your executed plan is supposed to be, then that's a whole different arena you don't want to get into. And I've been there, I've been down that road. I've learned my lesson by doing those kind of trades. It's not worth it. At the end of the day, just stick to what you know. No, it's not stick to know what you know. Stick to what you know your plan is supposed to be and execute that plan. Because at the end of the day, I keep saying it over and over again, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. Your trades, your win rates, all based on trades. You know, me and Neil were talking the other day about trades and win ratios and things like that. I can give you a precise win ratio for every trade or every strategy that I have. And hopefully when you guys do, and when you guys are watching this show and when you guys are learning, it's not just about taking the trades. Know why you're taking the trades. Know it's part of your setup and know how much you're winning, how much you're losing. The only way you can actually take more shares is if you're comfortable understanding your risk profile. At the end of the day, the more comfortable you are with your risk profile, then you take more shares. More shares means more money. That's the end of the day. That's all it is, and that's all I have to say about it. So if it fits your profile, take it. If it doesn't, stay away from it. If it goes, who cares, right? That's gonna happen all the time. That's happened. Hopefully you guys can save yourself some headache and learning curve. Listen, I lost a lot of hair and through this stress trying to figure out how to trade this market. Hopefully that saves you guys some stress as well in your learning curve. So that's all I can say about your strategies and sticking through it and how I analyze. And as I'm doing this, here we go. Piton looks like it's going to settle above that 126.50. So finally, there's my trade. I'm going to put 126 even on the stop. I'm just waiting a little bit more time before we can get through here before I take this trade. But that looks like that's the trade that's going to be. What do you got, Sean?
Yeah, no, fantastic. I mean, preach on, Arun, that's for sure. That's exactly, and it's great to hear those words from Arun. And it's just about, we love that win ratio. That's great talk. You got to understand what strategies pay off for you and which ones you need to put more risk to, because, again, you can't say it any better. The higher shares you trade with, obviously the more risk you're using, but also the more reward that you have there. And Arun, it's been more than a decade of trading for Arun, and we're approaching 2 for myself. So you gotta put in rules and whatnot into place so that you're able to just sort of sit back, take the trades, and know that what you're working with is something relatively legit. So that's basically all that it is right there. So good talk, Arun. Thanks for that. I'm going to hold the last 20% of Apple just to see if we break back downside 120, 150. Obviously, the futures are coming back down. We've already booked out 80% of profit on this one. Let's check back in on our Snowflake. Good out. I mean, who knows if it's going to be a good out or not, but we got out right where we're at right now, 246.81 for a $3 win. So that was good. You can see now the spread only 30 cents. So I guess it was just, that's why I was saying I was surprised it was $1. I think it just opened up there on some kind of a move, but right now that's a good one. You're also seeing now the S&P, this is the NASDAQ I have up here, now looking to break a nice little 12,000 level. Arun, if you want to look at that, that might be a psychological thing there. Obviously on the NQs, Arun knows a hell of a lot more about some of those psychological levels than I do. Afria fading back in just a little bit here, but we do have a Brendan ready with another name. I
just noticed a number of these clean energy names, guys, that we were talking about throughout the week, last week, the prior week as well. Moving to the downside today, OPTT, 10.5%. Nice little fader this morning. I'll flip over to Westwater Resources. You remember WWR. Back to earth as well, 3.5%, trying to push through day lows. So individual names in that kind of clean energy space, very weak on the day. Also that Medley Capital, no update yet. They halted it for news pending. That was about 10:30. I haven't seen news yet on MDLY, guys.
All right, so yeah, while I was talking, people in the chat were talking about Piton. Yes, I stepped into Piton around 126.60. That is my trade. 126 even is a stop. That's about, 6-7 cents in the money. We're going to leave it. That trade, I've waited long enough for that setup. I'm okay waiting on this trade. Let it work. If it fails, it fails. But if it works, it works. That's what the whole thing was about, that whole spiel I gave about the plan. Just let it work. Futures. Yeah, I pulled up the NASDAQ futures. Look at this. This is just straight up. Like, this is a 5-minute chart.
It's ridiculous, eh?
Like, not even a 5-minute chart, but it's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, you know what? This market is doing something that is very difficult to trade with, which is going up in such a fashion where it's done it quietly. If you're in position, in a situation like this, if it's a fast market, you're given more opportunities to get in and out, or even at least catch a trade. When it's doing it very quietly, but going up in such a way where you can't even declare a level to work with, there's nothing you can do. If you miss the boat, you miss the boat. Let's just wait on this one here. WIMI, that's the one I was keeping an eye on here. If we can actually go sideways, build some areas to work with, then there's a trade there on WIMI. The other one, Zoom, remember, Zoom was around through 502 is the area that I'm looking at, potentially on the short. If we get through 595, now I'm actively looking for potential shorts, but I'm not gonna pay here. There's no way I'm gonna put $7 in risk for this short, absolutely not. So now that I know we have the potential to go down here, let's get back above 498 into the fives, and then I can work a potential short there. So that's in play now. And PDD, I'm gonna pull that off my radar here. It got above 84, but I don't like the way it's moving above 84. It should have been a little bit more strength, especially after it came down underneath 84 real quick. The fact that we went up, bounced again into the 84.30 and then backed off one more time, I don't like that. I'm gonna pull this chart. I'm gonna not worry about that trade at all. So put some space on. In the meantime, looks like Roku just triggered us. Yeah, Roku did. So Roku just triggered an alert for me. Here, 223, remember that was the area that we were working so quickly? Yeah, looks like we broke it. That was the area around 223.50. I said, let's wait for this one because of the way it's moving. I'm gonna go ahead and send some orders here in front of 223. That trade happened, it must have happened a few minutes ago because I'm just getting this alert now, or I'm just seeing it now. So definitely don't wanna miss out on Roku here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put an offer in front of 223. What do you got, Sean?
Yeah, we've got Apple right now, 75 cents in the money, so we're definitely taking a quick look at that one as well to see what kind of upside we have there on Apple. We do like it, it's just, it's hot. I mean, we got out before at 28. I'm just noticing the NASDAQ, like you mentioned there, and like we went back and forth, breaking that 12K mark there. So maybe more to look at there with the NASDAQ and breaking 12K. If you don't have access to futures, like Arun was, or like we've all been mentioning there, a good little thing to trade here, ETF land. It's the triple Qs. This is NASDAQ 100. You're going to see, I mean, it's not identical for right now. Just depends on where the charting happens, but 2.3%, 2.4%. So you're very, very close on that one. And that, of course, is the triple Qs. So if you're unable to trade futures, you could definitely have a look over there. But the game that I'm talking about is Apple, a great little long, breaking its high of the day, enjoyed by the NASDAQ. You see how it's having a hard time now breaking upside? I'm actually going to dump the rest of these for that 50-cent win at 122 even. So if that does break, we'll go to the downside again. Our Twilio, pretty perfect right there, man. I'm going to hit Street Fighter there. And again, we challenge anybody to a Street Fighter battle. I'll use Ken or Ryu. You can use whoever you want. And then we'll battle it out here in Toronto once COVID is over. So we're challenging that to people as well. But good out there, 240, 224, 80 right there. Good out on that name. And I want to check back on Snowflake, see if we made a mistake. I do not think we did. Out right here, right where it's at. Enjoy this move up. I actually thought if it would have failed there, we'd come back downside. So you can take a Snowflake break through 248 if that does happen. But the only stocks we have on right now is Afria, which is kind of small. To be honest with you, we're out of 75% of Afria upside right now. It didn't go through 30. That was kind of a spot for me. We did get out at 28 or 29s, I think was our high spot there. Yeah, 29s. And then we'll wait now to see if it fades back through. I'm going to get out of the rest of these if we break back down below 16 or 15. So that's still going to be a profitable trade no matter what. Apple's moving around. We can check on DraftKings. I want to do this because it's not doing anything. It keeps bouncing off this little level. So 51.70, we'll put an order there, see if we can't down tick some of that. And one name that I wanted to talk about that we never really talk about enough on the show, and I don't know why, to be honest with you, that is Amazon, man. Amazon up 5%, again, well, 4.5%, whatever, who cares? It'll be up 5% soon. 34.40. Look at the daily chart on Amazon, guys. And for some reason down here, we got down to about 3,000. And since then, we're looking to break all-time highs again. A huge move off this 50-period moving average. And Amazon, yeah, for the win. Just nothing but love on that one. Did you wind up taking... I heard you talking about Roku there, Arun, and that one making moves to the downside, but I do like this consolidation pattern. This is pretty much what we're all over all of the time. So I do like a 223 break. We'll go to Brandon and then back to Arun to see if he's in on Roku.
Another one from the EV space, guys, just popping up here. We did test 1850 there earlier for Li Auto on the NASDAQ, but looking like we might want to break downside now for this little consolidation, 1830. Kind of the bottom end. We're right at the top end of the daily time frame. consolidation as well for Lee Auto moving today, guys.
Okay. Yeah, you were wondering, Sean, why you guys don't talk about Amazon on the show? Yeah, because it's $3,000. That's
Yeah, you know what?
that's a real reason.
No, that is true, Arun. We have talked about that before, though. Like, if you're going to take 100 shares of Apple, for example, I mean, Apple's not exactly 10 times less, but the price. But it's about risk management, right? You talked about that as well. You could trade it with 10 shares, at least here in our platform. But I think what you may be getting at is that a lot of traders at home maybe don't have the capital to even buy one share in their account. That's possible.
And the other thing too is, like, for me, I try to stay away from stocks above a certain price. That's why I didn't trade Tesla for such a long time. The whole thing with that is the charts are supposed to tell you where the volume is, right? On a $3,000 stock, it's very hard to, you can see the patterns and things like that, but it's very hard to judge the volume because it's so thin. The liquidity is actually next to, impossible to find on something like that. If you need to get out enough shares, you're gonna have to cross down $4, $5, $6 to get some shares out. So liquidity becomes a problem. My concern with stocks of that price is that it's much harder to find the volume and how to analyze the levels when you have to rely completely on the chart and not on the volume as well.
Right.
So that's why I try to stay away from it. And the Roku, yeah, I am still waiting underneath 223. I'm inside this area waiting for an offer or offering off of this break. The reason I am not willing to step in and pay this 223 or 222.50 is because the target is around here, about 222 even. There seems to be some action here, so I'm going to stay away from this. So you know what? Let's stay away from. I'm not going to pay up if the downside I can only make 50 cents before I run into some resistance or some support. So if I'm going to pay $1, let me at least make $1 for this trade. That's why I'm sitting in front of 223. It's the risk-reward ratio that I'm trying to play with. I like the trade, but I don't want to pay up a certain price. But you know what trade that I do like that we were patient with? Piton. Look at that. A quick, well, now 27 cents after the spread, but it was through 127 even. It was a good 40 cents in the money. So that one I like. I'm going to be patient with. We waited long enough for this trade as it takes 127. That's the setup we want. That's the kind of break we want. It took long enough. I'm salty about the fact that I missed out on Baba, but I did not miss out on Piton. So definitely going to let this one ride out given how long it took. And of course, Roku keeps flirting. It keeps getting closer and closer, but it won't give me that fill. But it's okay. I'll wait as long as I need to get that fill. But I'm going to get my price or I'm not going to get the trade at all. I'm okay either way, but I would prefer to get the trade. If it's going to be a winner, let me at least get in on this train. Given how the market's been moving, it looks like it's going to be, once you're in, you're good. If you're not in, you miss the boat.
Hey, man, I feel you on all of that. So, okay, we are now, though, oopsies, just got into something there that we did not want. Okay, we're into Apple. Apple now $1 in the money. So that looking like a big runner for us as well, as Apple just continues to go to the upside. I did want to look, that's Twilio, sorry. Roku, I'm with you. Just to let everybody know, I did put an order in to get long Roku. That's Twilio. What am I doing with Twilio? Roku long at, yeah, it needs to break above. So it needs to get above that 223. So Arun, I'm sort of with you on that one. Let's wait to see if Roku can get that 223 level upside. Apple's still running, things still making money for us. So good trading all around here. And yeah, what we're looking at right now, I'm just watching to see if Bitcoin actually wants to break through here. And it looks like it's running. So good couple trades here on Bitcoin. And here comes Roku 223. NASDAQ making high right now, guys. So let's get going here on Roku if it gets above 223. NASDAQ right now highs. Apple, big time trading as well, 122.50. All's good on this front, guys. Let's keep the train going.
All right, yeah, finally got that Roku fill. You see it here in front of 223. I mean, because of the spread, I'm up like 9 cents on the trade or 10 cents, no, 8 cents on the trade. But spread means absolutely nothing if you can't actually get out. But but we're waiting for this fill. Piton is coming off, backing off that 127. So I've got an offer out to get some shares out there in front of 127. I'm not sure how this is going to play out. I'm not comfortable with that 127 just yet, so let's bank some profit. In the meantime, we'll go to Brendan.
LMPX, guys, there was a little bit of news on this LMP Automotive. This is an online automotive retailer. They acquired Atlantic Automotive Group for $608 million. That's a privately held company with a big footprint on the East Coast of the U.S., apparently. So LMPX up big time on that news. You can see it was actually announced aftermarket on Friday, but big, huge relative volume for LMPX today, guys.
Okay, so right here, we'll go a little bit more weed stocks right now, and we'll do weed Batman. It hits him out at 26 here if we can get it. So that's a good move for Afria here, 6 pennies. It's just near its day's high. We'll see if we get some more out, 26, 27 on that little spike, and then we'll work with that as we go. This is that GBTC we're talking about, now making moves up as Bitcoin's trying to break through 12,000, so 11.5 right now on Bitcoin. We'll watch out for that one. There goes Afria. Nice move, man, 26, 27, 28. Keep on rocking, man. Apple right now, that's a big winner. Putting smile. I mean, we're doing it all right now, guys. Afria, Apple, dollar in the money. Afria back to day's high at 28, 29 the day's high. Roku right now. Arun, we went long there, 223.20. So let's see if that can go again. It's the setup that we like. Breaks above this. We have the bottom here. Let's see if Roku can go again. Roku, a super, super heated stock, right? I mean, look at Roku. Burning up the charts, man. 170 2 weeks ago, 230 right now. So I hope it goes to 230. Right now, Roku, we're enjoying a little high side action. It did 224. Again, it sounds a little silly. No, it doesn't really. We'll take $1 out, man. That's the whole move, is $1. We'll see if we get some 224 high side here on our friend Roku. But we're long at 220, so we do like it. A half hour to go. I believe we have our guest of the day coming on soon. It's going to be a big one. You guys will know who he is. It should be lots of fun. But here we go, man. Market's still making new highs right now, Arun. And I'm sorry if we threw you off your game a little bit, as I know maybe you'd be more in the futures if you weren't here with us today. But I do appreciate everything you're doing. You've made some fantastic calls. Peloton, everything's running upside right now. Let's just keep this party going.
Yeah, you know, I got some out on Peloton. That Peloton trade, that 127, I'm not a fan of 127. And given the amount of volume that's coming in front of 127, I might actually just cut this trade completely. There's something going on up here, and it might be just past that 126.50. I've already locked in 45 cents on the first half. I'm going to wait a few more minutes, see how this plays out, but I'm perfectly okay walking away from this trade at the moment. I got some money. Yeah, you know what? You know, we're going to cut this trade. I do not like what's happening here on Peloton, so we're just going to walk away from this and scratch the second half of this position. If I can get that fill there, we'll do it a little bit hidden. Anyways, it's my shorts against your long on Roku. So
then I'm out.
Oh, you're out. So you made some money.
No, I'm just joking. I'm not.
Okay. So it's, you know what? At the end of the day, both of us can make some money on this trade. It doesn't really matter how it plays out, because given how long we hold it, it's quite different. So now I'm on the short side. He's on the long side. We can both make money. We'll just see how this plays out. But again, the reason why I chose this is because 223.50 was supposed to be the break point, and then we hesitated in front of 223. So I went ahead and got short. Once we finally broke it, I got short in front of 223, looking at 224 as a stop. You know, I'm still targeting 222. What were you saying, Sean?
No, I was going to say you might be. I mean, you might be right there with the market still heading north side here. Roku is having some problems going high side there. So and don't worry. I mean, Neil and I we take opposite positions all the time, and often one of us is right and one of us is wrong. So we'll see naturally what's going to happen here today for us. So let's just hold on to our Roku position. Look, my out, and again, this is the thing about us trading differently. And again, thanks for bringing that up. I actually forgot about your Roku position. See, here it comes downside. I'm going to be out soon. If we break down below, like right now, I'm going to be getting close to being out of this Roku trade. So I'm not trying to hold this for very long. A 22.50 break, I'm out. So here we go. I'm going to be in. The market's fading back down. Great call there, Arun. So I'm going to be losing on this trade. We're going to add Roku to a loser pile here. If it breaks 222.50, it'll be a 75-cent hit on some light Roku shares. So there we go. 11.30 coming in. I don't like to put on big risk at this time. We have $1 win right now on Apple. So, you know, we're watching this one to go to the high side. There's reasons for this. I really feel like maybe Roku today, the reasons really aren't there. So, maybe this was a little bit of an egregious position there. So we'll take it. We'll wait to see if it can go upside. But I am very, very cautious of what you're saying, Arun, here about breaking to the downside. Afria, guys, by the way, on this one, hells to the making moves to the upside right now is Afria. So look at this move, back up to 633. We're just dumping shares on the way, man. Big trade here, upside. We took it. We've given you the cannabis call a couple weeks ago, and it's still making money. So Yeah, we're at the highest spot we've been at all day right now. A couple good ideas lately, man, including snow, which was a good out. I'm really happy with that one. And I'm even more happy with our Twilio out. That's what we were showing you guys before. We did take it out at 324. It only went as high as 326 since then. So it's actually gearing up for a possible nether long. So we're asking for likes. We love getting those 2K likes, today and every day. Let's give it over to Valeria and see where we're at and see if she can give you guys a little pitch for likes here, guys.
Thank you, Sean. Well, we are doing so, just 1,200 likes so far. Guys, today is Canadian Thanksgiving Day, so please be kind and hit thumbs up if you haven't yet. Back to Sean.
Me and Arun, we're both. I saw you there, Arun, trying to sneak that. Hey, look, we celebrate Hydration Nation on the show. Let me find it right here for you, and we can do a little cheers, Arun. Pick up your water bottle. Let's do a little bit of virtual cheers, even though you're in the same room. There. But yeah, Arun's got us on water here. Thank you for that. It's been a great blessing. I can see the stocks clearer when we're on the water, Arun.
Oh yeah, I start my day pretty early, and water. For everyone who doesn't have water with them when you trade, try it. Just have it with you. It helps you, continue your day, obviously. But because you're sitting around a whole lot, I think you get a lot more water in your system. Water is good for you. So sitting down, drinking water, absolutely. You may have to go to the bathroom more, but that's okay, though. But get your water in. Hydration Nation, as Sean likes to call it. I just call it water. Just get your water on.
I just call it water.
I just call it water. Get your water on, people. And that's all I can really do.
Yeah. Calling it water is probably the right thing to do. Okay. Hydration Nation, what's up, Bree?
I was just going to steal that line from Randy. He was saying that there's also water in coffee, guys. So just for the record, if anybody is wondering. Jumaya Technologies here. We were talking about this one the Thursday and Friday last week. Popped up on some news on volume as well. So another one having quite the day. Almost 11% for JMIA. Just made a new day high, guys.
Wait. I really wish we would have took out a little bit of a bigger stick for this trade here. Not really. We did take shares. It wasn't our normal position there because it was breaking highs. If this had happened during the day, like earlier than right around here, we would have absolutely annihilated it if it would have broke through 121.50 early on at 9:43. Instead, it comes the other way, and that's when we took the short. But Apple, I can't say anything wrong with celebrating this kind of a victory here on Apple, man. Big time mover. And guess what? We're $1.27 now in the money. And look, I see on our chat, like, this person does that on that channel, this person. Look, I'm just a real trader here, a family guy, same as Arun. We sit here, we put on trades, we talk about trades for you, and this is real, man. Some other companies and whatever touts, whatever you want to call them, they win every day. I made 150 grand today, whatever. It's not talking bad about any of those platforms. It's just, these are trades. We're sitting here on the prop floor. These are real trades. We talk about our wins, we talk about our losers, and we're super happy to be here with Day Trade the World. It's been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, the thing is, though, a lot of people think that, we're not really trading, or we're trading in sim or like fake or demo accounts. It's not. I'm not going to waste my time sitting here when how I make money is through trading. Now, all I'm doing is, I'm not meant for the camera. This is not me. I'm naturally not a camera person. That's why you have Sean, and Sean's a natural talker, right?
Stop it.
Sean's a natural talker. Neil, he does well as well. Me, not so much. I'm not about that life. But at the same time, if I just have to sit here and explain my thought process, I can do that. So as a trader, all you're getting from me is just what's going through my head. I'm just verbalizing it. That's at the end of the day. I'm not trying to pretend to do anything that I'm not actually doing. There's no point in doing that. A lot of people, a lot of videos are, the whole thing is, sign up for this, sign up for that. Why? Are you going to learn something? If you learn something, great. But how often do you learn something? Not a whole lot. If you got to put up your money right at the beginning before you actually get a chance to see how it actually plays out, odds are they're kind of just trying to get your money, really. But for us, we're just here. You get our thoughts, you get our reads, you get our plays. If you will like them, take them. If you don't take them. At the end of the day, the whole point of watching this show is to learn to trade for yourself. It's not about trading someone else's strategy, not about following their trades. It's about learning to trade for yourself, because at the end of the day, the markets change. Whatever you're doing may work, may not work in the future, but only if you know your strategy will you be able to adjust to that market.
Arun, honestly, you're hilarious, man. You're saying you're not built for that. You just absolutely crushed that. So thank you so much for Arun, and I hope you guys listen to all of that. What great talk there. Thanks, Arun, for all of that. What's up, Brandon?
This little one from the EV group, guys, having quite the day as well. Solo here, up almost 6%. Look at the volume spike here as we broke through day highs, 275, decent level if you go to the daily chart. So even solo being dragged along to the upside, guys.
One thing that we haven't done enough today, solo, there is some talk about that. I just want to say Apple right now, days high, again, 123. Shout out to Rob, who didn't want to pull the trigger at 106. One thing I want to talk about, coming up, guys, we didn't do, I'll do it again. Let me do it there, guys. Coming up here on the board, trading personalities. So which one are you? We're covering a couple different ones. You can see, risk adverse. There's a couple different ones. I'm not going to spoil it. Trading personalities coming up. It's a real fun topic. Make sure that you hit the like, the subscribe. This is on, I'll take it off, guys. This is on our Market Wisdom page, okay? So you can have that. Afria, thank you, Brendan. And again, this tweet will age well. I can show you tweets that we had weeks ago about this. I can show you the tweet that we had this morning when I told you guys we were taking Afria on a break. Here it is, man. This is only taken less than an hour ago. We're now at 52-week highs on Afria. Why did I like Afria? Just breaking out past this. I'm sure the same is going to look like that on CGC. It's going to look the same probably on Cron. I prefer CGC, but CGC hasn't treated me great. It's treated me great in my portfolio, but here I just find it's a little too, you see what I mean? This is about it. It's too jumpy. It's too choppy. You could take a CGC break here at 20, and then it goes to 2015, smashes back down. This is only a minute chart, the very same minute. So a little more choppy. Glad to identify Afria. You can see what happens on breaks. Here's a break, not choppy at all, straight to the upside. Afria making money moves, as we like to say there, up to the upside right now. Big time trading on that. And Arun, me and you, I guess, are just going to sit here and twiddle our thumbs a little bit with Roku because this one's not moving. It's not giving you a winner, and it's not giving me a winner. So right here, we'll wait on Roku. I'm actually getting a lot more nervous than probably you are. The future's upside right now, and Roku's still stone cold chilling on the downside. And a good shout out to everybody that talked about Monday Night Raw there. WWE, I still remember it as WWF, but don't watch it much anymore, but I like it.
Yeah, the thing with Roku is it's very interesting. Like you said, market's just gone straight up. The futures market is just, just creeping higher and higher. It just keeps accelerating faster and faster, though. And the volume's still, unheard of at this point, meaning there's barely anything there. Okay, with Roku, you can look at that as relative weakness. That's one way to look at it. Well, if the market's going high that quickly, higher and higher that quickly, and Roku is refusing to move up, well, when the market slows down, that opens the door for Roku to actually fall off, because you would think this would drag the futures market, the NASDAQ futures specifically, would drag this stock up a little bit more. So relative weakness is the way I see it. So if I can actually get it through 220-250 as we get there now, yes, the spread is about 20 cents, so we could easily get through it, but it might just come right back. If we can actually get some turning around in the futures market, along with a breakthrough 220-250, you might have a quick run down, and that's what I'm banking on. The reason I stepped in, like I said, 223.50. If we can get there, then 224 is a stop. We bounced past 223.30 or so, and we came back under. That gives a good indication that the market is actually respecting this previous support area. Look at a turnaround. The fact that it's not following the futures market as well, that gives you more evidence that the downside potential is much better. So I do have an offer in front of 222, but I may just as easily pull it depending on how fast it comes through. Because in a market like this, on a stock like this, it could easily just go right through and quickly run it through the 222 area that I've been looking at. I did not hear what happened, so I'm just going to go back to Sean.
Yep. Okay. Good. Again, good analysis there. We have these little earpieces in our ears. Sometimes they work great. Sometimes they do not. Okay. I just want to give someone there searching life, I think was the guy in the chat or the girl there. What are we going to do with Apple? It's getting heated up. Yeah, it is, man. 123. We're $1.70 in the money. So I don't know what to do with it, but I like Superman. So there we go. Feeling real good about this Apple trade. I said, I don't know what to do. Just stay long. How about that for some advice? Look, man, I mean, Apple just keeps making moves. I don't have any high side move at all. This is based on what's happening tomorrow. You got a new phone coming out. This is big, man. What a great day this has been. Taking out the stick on a couple of these trades. I really hope you've had some great time with us. But without any further ado, Brendan with our guest of the day. Russell.
You know you love him. Everyone has been awaiting his arrival. Mr. Russell Jackson is with us today for guest trader of the day. Good to see you, Russell. Welcome to the show. How was your morning?
Yeah, g'day. I think I just lost the mic.
We can hear you. Russell's obviously in Australia, so there's going to be a little tiny delay here, I think, as far as the audio is concerned. But yeah, go ahead, Russell.
Yeah, all good now, so I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, I think there's a tiny delay there, Russell. But I was just saying, how has your day been?
Oh, my day's been great. It's a long night, so pretty much just on the coffee.
Attaboy. That's. I mean, it's 2 in the morning there. It's obviously almost lunchtime here. Market's very exciting today. Let's get back into it. Here is Arun and Sean.
Mr. Jackson, how are you, my friend? I did want to give a big shout out. And you know what? Let me kind of find the fireworks on here. Let's do a little bit of confetti. Thank you so much for your continued support of the show. I see you've got the sweater on. That's the Valeria Fawcett. I know that because you've tweeted at me a couple times. And so you're in Australia. Which part of Australia?
I'm in South Australia, Adelaide.
Nice, beautiful. So what's your weather like these days?
It's just coming into spring, so it's actually a little bit rainy and a little bit nice and warm. So just actually quite good.
Russell, why don't you tell our family here, obviously, a little bit about your story. Are you new to trading? When did you find us? Things like that. You know, maybe are you an active trader? Let's give a little bit of a background, just because you're such a popular guy in our chat. And thank you again for all the super chats. And it's great to have you on. Why don't you take this time right now, maybe, to just describe a little bit about your trading adventure?
Yeah, cool. So I started trading in March, and pretty much I work away, so get a little bit bored. Wanted to day trade a lot more, so I had plenty of time on my hands. Started looking through YouTube and found you guys, and basically just started following the show from there.
Oh, great. I mean, that's fantastic. And on that note, have you have any trades today? Is there any sort of trade that maybe since you've been watching us, a big winner, a big loser? Is there anything that sticks out in your mind? If not, is there anything you're working with today?
No, so obviously because of the time difference, I try to, the American stocks is a little bit hard for me to follow all the time.
Right.
So I basically have been following you guys a lot. And I've actually been getting into futures a lot. So with Arun on the show, it's actually quite great.
What is it like trading futures there in Australia? Is it an expensive ticket charge? We've had some Australian guests on in the past complaining. And what I mean by ticket charge, just for you and for the guests there, it's like your transaction cost. What is it like there in Australia? We've heard it can be pretty expensive to go in and out of equities and futures, actually. How do you find it? And maybe if it's cheap, maybe you could let people know what broker you use.
Yeah, so it's actually, to buy shares, it's anywhere from $10 to $20 a buy and sell, so it's quite expensive.
Yeah.
Which is not too flash. In terms of the futures, I like to use a few different programs.
Okay.
And I actually started trading with eToro a few months back, and that made it a lot easier because obviously they don't have a commission fee for the American stocks.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. Like $10 to $20, yeah. I mean, I'm sure people on the chat here. And look, I know you're happy in Australia, but there are free brokerages in the US. But yeah, that kind of sucks. And we're getting a few now in Canada as well for no trades. And that makes obviously scalping and trading the way we do a little bit easier for us rather than maybe for you. Arun, I want to throw it back to you because it's time for Arun to sort of toot his own horn there. An absolutely fantastic call. I got out of Roku there for, I think that was about a 70-cent hit. Tell me you're still in this.
I'm still in. I've also cashed some out in front of 222. I thought it would accelerate a little bit faster. It did not, so I just got out in front of 222. So that's a quick 90-cent winner on the first half. The remaining half, we're going to let it go. We're going to let it go to 224. That's a trailing stop unless it gets down into this 221.50 area and starts to stall out. then I have to be worried about what I'm seeing here from the 9th, in the midday from the 9th. So that's the area that I'm looking at for potential turnaround points. But yeah, first 90 cents, but that's been taken care of. Now we just move on to management of the next set of trades. WIMI as well. That one here, just underneath 6. This is starting to develop exactly what I wanted to do, which is sideways action, consolidation, declaring the top and the bottom. So when we actually get a breakout, that allows me to play the breakout. I do want to get back to our guest though, and I have a very big question for you. Because when I was in touring through Australia and New Zealand a couple years ago, and I spent a lot of time there kind of going through the country, I also tried to trade. And I had a hard time staying awake. How exactly are you managing to have a daytime life and then also trade the futures overnight for you guys overnight and still have the awareness? What are you doing that's so special that allows you to keep the awareness at that time of day?
Just sleep and coffee.
Coffee.
It's just, yeah, AC/DC.
Sleep and coffee. Sean would love that. Sean, you survive out there, I think, in Australia.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a little, I enjoy the coffee, but I'll probably have I'll try to have one on the way in, and then maybe one before the show, and then Valeria brings one. So yeah, I can chug about 3, from morning time till now. So I don't think that's that bad, Arun. Give me a break. Yeah, no, great call there. Look, you need to be razor focused on everything. Someone asked about which free ones. So I know Tasty Trade is coming to Canada, and Wealth Simple right now. My kid at university opened up a Wealth Simple account, and I think it's a very small fee for U.S. trading, but definitely free for Canadian equities. Okay, just seeing some ramped up here moves in the S&P, in the NASDAQ, making some moves at the downside here. Roku obviously accelerating to the downside as well. And here comes Apple off just a little bit. We're going to make sure that we capture $1. 122.50 is the out. There you go. Someone asked how high are we going to give this one? We'll give it to 122.50 is basically a little bit away from right where we are now as the market is falling. Arun will come with any news. Probably not, just it's been so heated. Now back to the downside. Russell, why do you always throw the bacon emoji on the chat? Is that your favorite meat, maybe, for example? I had to get you asking. Sorry, what was the answer there? Sorry.
I was just going to say, yeah, you have to love the bacon. Bacon goes well with everything.
I absolutely agree with that one. We just got a Caesar salad coming for lunch, and if it doesn't have bacon on it, Nepa, not a great one there. But I had to get you on air to ask you that because I think you're the one that's always throwing. And there's Valeria putting the bacon for you there as well. So good job there. I had to get you on to ask you that, Russell. Before we forget, there's still 10 minutes left, but I want to do this. It's a little different today with me and Arun, so I don't want to step over. This is a good time now. Why don't you give a shout out? If there's anybody you want to give a shout out to, let's do that now before we roll over because I do want to get back to the market.
Yeah, awesome. So I'd like to give a shout out to ASX Stock Tip Group and also MFS Trading Room. They're the 2 Facebook groups that I'm in, and share the show with them all the time.
Great, thank you. Yeah, and that's what we want, guys. Hit the share, hit the like. Thank you so much there for. Oh yeah, pineapple and bacon. You teased that earlier on, Arun, about the Hawaiian. Hawaiian normally I think is ham and pineapple, but bacon and pineapple.
I screwed up. I just saw the chat. I was like, bacon and pineapple. Yeah.
Yeah. Why
typical
not?
Hawaiian is ham and pineapple. And I feel like I should have adjusted the order. If Greg hasn't thrown the order in, can we please have bacon instead of ham? Because it just hit me. I was like, oh yeah, bacon and pineapple
would be hype,
so
right?
much better than ham and pineapple. So yeah, if we haven't gone ahead and made that order, I would love to have bacon instead of ham. I think
that order's been made though.
I think so. I think we made the order a while ago.
But
yeah, real bacon. None of that for all you vegans out there, and for all you people that are trying to eat healthy. I appreciate the turkey bacon once in a while, but I'm gonna stay with the real bacon here. Real bacon, thick cut, maple smoked bacon. I think that's the way to go about bacon. Back to Roku. What are we gonna do? This is what I was mentioning about Roku. When the market turns around, relative weakness, right? You saw the market, Sean was talking about it, the market slightly turned around off that 35.20 area, and Roku, what did it do? It just quickly slid through that 222. This is exactly what you want in a situation like this. Relative weakness on a stock, Market's been going up. Market starts to turn around or starts to hesitate even. And guess what happens? The weak stock takes a nosedive. That's exactly what you want. This is what I'm looking for. So if the market could start kind of coming back down more and more, I think you're going to see an acceleration in Roku. This is the area that was concerned for me here, 222. Now we're kind of gotten through it. So next level up is going to be 221 even, which is about 60 cents away. So that's the next target here. See how we play out. And then from there on out, it's going to be 220, 50. Pretty much every 50 cents down, you're going to run into something until you clear the 218, 219 area. Then you have a good chance to really accelerate. But again, we're banking on this market to kind of slow down a little bit. That allows for Roku to actually start sliding, given that it's relatively weak.
Yeah, Russell, a big shout out to your trading groups as well, the ASX group there. Thank you for continuing to support us. So I'm going to put an invite out to you, Russell. If you're ever here down in Toronto, you definitely have a desk to trade with here with us. So I'd just like to send that out to you. If you ever are here and you need a place to trade, you can come on our desks as well and trade with us. So thank you for coming on the show, and you've been an absolute blast. With that being said, have you ever been to the lovely country here, Canada?
No, it's definitely on my bucket list, but no, I haven't actually left Australia. So pretty much I'm just bound by the big island at the moment.
Russell, I got a question for you. In Australia, I'm sure you've gone through Australia. So for anyone who's looking to go to Australia, what do you think the best place in the country is? Not the tourist high places, but where do you think a good place to visit would be for someone that's new to the country?
Well, it all depends if you like the city or the nature side of things. Like personally, Kakadoo's pretty good to go to. That's in the Northern Territory.
Okay.
It all depends if you like the beach or the bush, really.
Beach.
Yeah, I want to stay away from the bush there. Let's go to the beach.
Great call there. And thank you again, Russell, for supporting the show with the shirt there and everything. That's absolutely fantastic. I do have a Flossit. I don't know if you guys, what camera you want to use here, but I do have the Flossit t-shirt right here as well. So thank you so much for that continued support, Mr. Jackson. Okay, there we go. There's the floss for you. So you get one live from Miss Valeria. Okay, Apple just does touch that 124.50 there, or sorry, 122.50. We did not get out. We're still waiting. We will take this out, obviously, if it does. There it is. I was going to say if it does break it, and there it is. You see the little tick there. So whatever. From Valeria floss to me floss, I'll floss it off. We'll take the dollar win. I do feel bad because we left $1 on the table there, but whatever. If I keep taking it out all the way up, then I probably don't have the opportunity to take that win. So really happy with that win. And now we're a little short here on Apple, breaking back through 122.50. So we do have a small short position on, only going to give this back to 123. Let's see if the NASDAQ does give some back here. Short a little small position here on Apple, giving it back to 123. We're short Apple, 122.50. And long Afria back to 52-week highs. This has been a fantastic one. Mr. Wickens.
We were talking about how Bitcoin was making a move today, guys. Just saw these crypto-related stocks back in new day high territory. Both Riot Blockchain here, 14%, and Mara, the other one we like to look at, just made a new high. Look at the volume coming into Mara here and ahead of 250, which is kind of that last little pivot on the daily chart to the upside for MARA. So Bitcoin still going, guys.
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin has 11.5 on it right now, so we'll wait to see with that one. I've been trading in and out a little bit here on GBTC, but nothing really going through. Russell, tell me if you are an investor in Bitcoin or any of these, I was going to say shit coins, altcoins that I've lost all my money in. But let me know. I still do hold a little bit of Bitcoin. Did you ever get caught up in any of the cryptocurrency game, my friend?
No, I've tried to stay away from the crypto. I own, I think it's 0.0012% of a Bitcoin, and I'll just leave it there. But I've stayed away from the cryptos. Like to trade some commodities, a little bit of Forex as well. So it's a little bit of here and there, but I do like the equities a lot as well.
Great. Yeah, I got caught up in all of that. We've made some money on it. The wife knows that. She carries around a purse that was sponsored by Bitcoin. But other than that now, yeah, it's not doing too much. But Bitcoin's pretty steady, guys. 11.5, so make sure you watch out for that one. Another bag holder in cannabis, I am. But it's nice to see that they're making moves back to the upside here, including Afria. The thing about trading and holding cannabis is two completely different things on the stock market. So we take Afria, a beautiful break. I mean, this chart is just smooth sailing. Really glad that we have some upside on that one. Only 4 minutes left. Guys, hit that like, hit that subscribe if you can. If you haven't yet, that'd be great. We're trying to get to 100 grand. Apparently you get a nice little plaque when that does happen. What I'm looking for here is coming up, and Lucas, I'll do it. Coming up after the show right now, Miss Valeria, Trading Personalities. Find out which one you are. It's pretty fun. Neil, myself, and Brendan discuss where we are there. Are you a poker face player? Are you risk adverse? We have some pretty fun names for the different kinds of trading personalities. And you can watch this, Russell. But are you pretty risk adverse? Do you like to put on a high risk, high reward trades? Or are you more of like a longer term investor? How would you classify yourself in trading? And maybe you're both.
I'm actually a little bit of a riskier type of person. I like to trade all the penny stocks, the momentum stocks, and get in and out and try to make as much as I can real quick. But it all depends on what I'm trading,
right?
Because obviously share size matters. So obviously I have to keep the stock for a lot longer to try to make some more cash. But yeah, basically I love the leading gappers and the volume that America has versus the ASX.
Yeah.
Just because one stock can do the entire ASX in one day on one stock on the US market. So that's what I like to trade at night, is the leading gappers, and obviously some high flying stocks as well when they come up.
Don't stay up too late tonight, but Weed Batman is in the building here in Toronto on Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody here in Toronto once again, and in Canada, worldwide. Whether or not you're in Canada or not, happy Thanksgiving. AFRI, we should check out ACB. AFRI right now, days high, man. We're just crushing this stock. What's up, Brad?
A couple of minutes to go here, guys. We got to get to some earnings that are coming up. As we mentioned, we're getting into the thick of earnings once again. Starting this week, all of the banks are going to report some big names outside of the banking group in the travel space as well. Let's throw the board up here and have a look at what's coming up after market tonight or before the market opens tomorrow. Most of these, I will say, guys, are actually before the market opens tomorrow.
Hell yeah. My boy Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan reporting tomorrow. Again, sent out the tweet last week or 2 weeks ago about this stock at 94. Really happy the movement it's been having. I'm looking for JP Morgan. Not JP Morgan, that chart. Let's see if we just hit the enter and we get a refresh here on JP Morgan daily chart. It's up and away. The reason why we like JP Morgan down here, this is where we were pounding the table down here. I'm not afraid to give you guys calls. Now we're above that. The thing about JP Morgan is, man, this is not a great environment for banks. So I'm very, very interested to see what they come out with. I'm actually debating switching over to Goldman Sachs, more on the investment and the trading side of things. We'll see if JP Morgan can get going. Any names you liked on that list, Arun? I know it came and went pretty fast.
Yeah, I like when it comes to the list, I just like to have them all up, but I then want to focus on the setups potentially, right? I'm not going to get glued to a stock just because I like the stock. I'll keep it on the radar, and then if a setup comes in place, then I'll take the trade. Just an update before we go to Valeria. Roku, I'm closely looking at what's happening around this 122. 121.50 through here. I want to protect the position, so I'm moving in just past to 222.10. If we get settled in above it, I'm out, lock in 90 cents, another 90 cents on the second half of the position. While we're waiting on the final position to figure out what he wants to do, Valeria, what do you got?
You got it all.
Thank you, Arun. And hey, Russell. Happy to see you finally joining us live. I really, really love your Valeria's Flows hoodie and wish you as many profitable days as possible. Trading family, thank you for starting this trading week with us. Please subscribe if you haven't yet, as we are super close to reach 100,000 of subscribers. And don't forget to smash the like button. Go watch our next educational video about trading personalities. And happy National Farmers / Canadian Thanksgiving Day, everyone.
There it is. Yeah, that looks a little bit. Hey, there's Neil right there. No, just joking. That's not Neil. Yeah, no, thank you again. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you, Valeria, for bringing that up. And again, Russell, any last words before we throw? We're already a minute over here, my friend.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in Canada, and everyone have a good trading day, and hit that like and subscribe.
There we go. Attaboy, attaboy. Thank you so much. Arun, any last words here? I'll wrap this thing up.
Absolutely not. Just guys, just trade your plan. While I talk about this, WIMI is breaking through the top. Trade your plan, know your plan, execute your plan. That's all I've got to say. If you want to know about the trading personalities, I know they've got their videos up on their trading journeys. I've got mine up as well. So everyone just go take a look at the Market Wisdom page. Learn more. That's all I can say. Just keep learning and keep improving and keep executing what you got.
Guys, put a hell yeah in the chat for Arun. Thank you so much, Arun. Would love to have you back. Obviously, you know that. Arun, a great trader and a great friend of all of ours. Thank you for coming on the show and filling in for Neil. It's been an absolute blast. Again, thank you for everything today, guys. It's been great. Shout out to everyone in Canada. Happy Thanksgiving. Shout out to my family, Brendan, Arun, Valeria, Rob, Randy, Lucas, everybody on the board. Thank you so much. It's been a fantastic day. Make sure you check out the video. I got to do this one last time, guys. Coming up right now, she's already dropped the link. Find out what trading personalities you are and watch the video if you can. Russell, I forgot to say thank you to you. Thank you, my friend, but good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are. That was the wrong order. In this great world, enjoy today. We're back tomorrow. Neil's back. I'm back. Arun's always around. Let's give it. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We will see you all tomorrow.